Please go lay down, please. Go. Anyway, okay. Are we good? Okay. We're going on TikTok too. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. So I guess I'll just have to wait until I even get the option to plug in a mic. I don't know. Does that do anything? I don't know. Okay, what is this? Oh. Can you guys hear me through the okay, looks like the camera is picking up. Sorry, I don't really know. It doesn't actually give me the option to set anything up before the stream. At least I didn't find any, so it is what it is. First for everything, you know. So we're gonna be on TT at the same time because I don't think I'll get a lot of action. Okay, don't start, Odin. You're gonna see me yell at the dogs, but Odin really. You're gonna see Odin in his prime menace ways. But anyway, I can already tell he's getting a little irritated with beef. I wish I could see like how it's performing, at least on Twitch. I think I have to run it through OBS, but I think on Twitch, which I can do. On Twitch though, you can see like if you're dropping frames, if it's freezing. Odin, stay in here. Hey, stay in here. Where are you going? Where is he? Where are you going? Stay in here, buddy, please. Okay. I don't know why you're being weird. Anywho, okay. I don't know, so I'm just gonna have to kind of trust that you guys can hear me because I can kind of see a mic thing going on. It looks like you guys can hear me, but until someone comes in and says that they can't, I just have to wait for that. This is my first official YouTube stream, so I'm not really sure what to expect from it. I'm not sure how their algorithm plays out. I know TikTok, if you like stream once, it's whatever. Like it doesn't really do much for you, but you have to be consistent with streaming for them to feed you the audience to that area, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure how YouTube algorithm works with going live, but I have to figure it out by going live. So this is the first official YouTube video, well, live video. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What do I want my title for TikTok to be? Shapoopy. Shapoopy. I also don't really. Okay, I don't really know. Oh, did someone already vote? Is that what that's showing? I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, to be honest with you. I'm a boomer. Anyway, if there's anyone in here, hi. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to see. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. I'm not used to this studio setup. Oh, what did I do? Uh-oh. Yeah, anyway. Okay, well, if there's anyone watching, hello. I hope you can hear me. I don't think the sound goes through my mic, so, I mean, we can have it on for funsies, so I look cool. Do I look like a cool streamer? Anyway, let me fucking focus on this. Focus! Okay. Anyway. Yeah, if you're watching, I hope you're having a good day. This is going to be, if I can post it, I don't know if I can. I don't know if YouTube allows that. But if I can post it, I'll be posting this. So that people can watch this afterwards. So, if it seems like I'm talking to people, that's what. I don't know if there's anyone even on. But, anyway, we're going to be on TikTok too. So, I don't really have anything to talk about. I just kind of wanted to come on and stream. We're going to start streaming for rent this week. But I ain't got nothing fancy. Just making videos for y'all. But it's kind of cool to be on YouTube. I just want to say thanks again to the YouTube people because you guys are actually nice. You're not complete assholes. Because people on other platforms really are, dude. They really are. It sucks. I try not to be so sensitive about it, but they are fucking poopy. Some delicious ice water if you want to drink. Or if you want to drink. Papa Julian, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good weekend. Oh my God, today I was going out to get my coffee and it must have been road rage. I keep seeing like severe everywhere, but like a truck was like completely overturned and then another guy had like plowed through the wall. It was messed up. These drivers are crazy. Baha, hello. Jesse, hello. We are. I'm actually on YouTube, guys. I'm doing my first like YouTube stream. Oh, hello, Boo. That's cute. Hi. Who said that? LD. Oh shit. Hello. Hope your day is going well. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. But yeah, we're on YouTube if you guys want to come over on YouTube. Thank you for the likes. But nothing special today. I'm just kind of testing out YouTube. This week we'll be streaming a lot, doing a lot of videos because I got to stream for rent. And then I also got to get a lawyer. So I kind of have to stream to get a lawyer because I can't afford one. Anyway, but so you guys are going to see me streaming a lot, but I kind of want to switch to YouTube. So I'm not going to be on TikTok as often. I'm actually going to switch to YouTube because TikTok is so sensitive. So freaking sensitive. Oh my God. This is Beef. You'll get to know Beef. He's the manager, as my stream likes to call him on TikTok. It's because he's always up in my grill, dude. He's the Velcro dog. He's just always up in my grill. I love him. I love him. Good boy. Anywho, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. That's Spudgy down there that you guys can see rolling around. You guys can't see on TikTok, but you can if you come over to YouTube. Well, she's going to get pissed off at Beef. Hold on. I might have to scold her. We'll see. Anywho, yeah, I'm the man of the house, right? I hope everyone's having a good weekend. I don't have anything fancy going on. I'm just kind of chilling with you guys. We're going to stream tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're going to do. Hi, it's great to see you. Watching from Australia. Hell yeah. Well, welcome in, Orlando. I always love that. I love that it's like so instant. You can connect with people across the world. That's crazy to me. But where'd you go? Oh, hi, you're right there. On the camera, I thought you were on the other side. Anyway, welcome in. I'm glad to be on YouTube, honestly, because I'm kind of sick of the TikTok community. I'm not gonna lie, y'all are great, but most of y'all report my shit for nothing. So I can't say all of y'all, but a good chunk of people on YouTube are really nice. So I think I'm gonna make the transition over to YouTube. I think it's where the adults belong anyway. I don't know. So I'm excited to start this month off streaming on a new platform on YouTube, and YouTube's been getting a lot more videos and stuff as well. So might be a Dark Souls boss. Isn't that a game? I've never played that, but that's cool as fuck. I love that. Yeah, because like I just try to talk about like facts with like racial stuff and whatever, and TikTok will ban me. It's stuff like that. I don't know. I'm having good luck on YouTube, so hence why I'm moving to YouTube, because I've had good flow with traffic and people who more correlate to my shit on YouTube. Not as many haters. People are more open-minded and stuff. So TikTok's not. It's full of people who just want me to shut the hell up and let them look at me for whatever, and they don't want to talk about ideas or anything. And then I get the girls who are assholes to me and the guys who are assholes to me report my account. You know, I've been on YouTube for 9 years. I get lots of hate. I mean, that's you. I am literally telling you my side of it, and the whole reason why I'm moving you to YouTube is because the amount of hate that I get on YouTube is far less than what I've received on TikTok. Thank you, Mono. I hope you're having a good day. You can find my YouTube in the link in my bio. There's a link in my bio, and there should be a logo of YouTube, and you can find it on there. So I'll just start streaming. I'll still be on TikTok, but there's going to be a lot of streams you'll miss out on because I can talk to the YouTube people without them getting their panties in a bunch. They like to talk about legit adult conversations, is what I found. When you come onto an app that's just for shits and giggles and fun, they don't want to hear the truth of their reality, which is what I like to talk about, because reality is hitting us all like a ton of bricks right now, you know? Some people come to TikTok for an escape, and same with YouTube, but nonetheless, YouTube, I found that people are more open to talking about these things and stuff, and that's where I thrive, is people who like to discuss things without getting offended and like banning me or trying to get me taken down because of that, you know, whatever, because they don't agree with what I'm saying and they feel threatened or whatever. It is when you're out of federal prison. Congrats. I hope you're doing well. I know that can be difficult. Brady, thank you for the follow. I'm just telling you my experience. I don't know. I'm not being rude. I'm just being straightforward. If you perceive that as rude, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just being straightforward. I don't sugarcoat things. You're new here, so I don't expect you to know that, but I'm just telling you how it is for me. You're telling me your experience, and it's a little bit of projecting. So I'm just going to be straightforward because you're expecting my experience to kind of be the same to you, and it's not. And you're kind of giving a negative tone. It's like when someone's like, "Oh, I'm married," and you're like, "Good luck with that. In 5 years, you're going to be miserable." It's that vibe. It's the same vibe. So if you're going to come at me with projection, I'm going to just hit you with the truth because that's usually going to offend people more. And I'm not doing to offend you, but if you're going to try to project your negative stuff on me, I'm going to let you know that doesn't happen here. People are used to just letting that happen. It doesn't flow here. So being straightforward with people, it's either you attract the right ones or the ones who can't handle you being straightforward, dip out. And that's fine with me because I don't deal with projection. I don't project onto you, you know. So Odin's doing great. This week, Spudgy has blood work. Vice Reptiles, welcome in. You did 17 years. Damn, dude. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're out. I hope you're doing well since you've been out. I know that could be difficult if you're not trolling, but if you're legit, yeah, that shit can be difficult, especially after 17 years. So I hope you're adjusting well. You need the Doodle Bob pencil. I made one. I wanted to remake it. I'm not done with my room because there's a few things SpongeBob related I have to make. But there's supposed to be like a Doodle Bob in the background with his pencil. And I made one before, but I need to make it again. I've been pretty good. Vice. I hope you're doing well. How are you? Emo Charmander, hello. Welcome in, y'all. You guys can come over on my YouTube if you want. We're on YouTube streaming now. So if you want to come over on YouTube and hang out, then you're in the wrong place. Whatever your name is, Epidemic. You're so already annoying. You're here for a reason. Obviously, you want attention. You want mommy's attention. But unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, people do care because I already have a following on YouTube. I don't know what to tell you. If you're married, then leave. No one asked you. Literally, you came in here. No one asked. Leave. I can make you. Trust me. Go to therapy, please. The wild. I would risk child support. I'm not the one to play with child support because I don't even play that game. I already have a child and I put him in an adoptive home because I'm not playing that game. That's how little I play that game. I'm not running after no fucking man and fighting him for child support. Absolutely goddamn not. I'm not gonna stress myself out for that shit. Hello, Joe. How are you doing today? You're talking to Georgia. I haven't closed TikTok yet. Oh, okay. Is it Hang Your Dead Welcome In? Is it which one's delayed? Like, is YouTube more ahead or? I don't know if it really matters. I'm just kind of being on both for now to get like the overflow coming through. That's usually how I do it. But I think September might be the last month that I go live on TikTok. It's just kind of to let people know that I'm live now on YouTube more, and that's going to be Twitch and YouTube are going to be my main at this point. It's just TikTok is so sensitive, and I like to talk about real shit. I don't want to just do little girly dances and have people pay me. I think that's great for people, but I don't want to do that. It doesn't make me happy. So, did that line hurt? I was meaning to ask. This is makeup. It's makeup. Shit, charging my phone because we didn't power back in 20 minutes. Oh my god, did you have a bad storm? No, it didn't hurt. It's makeup. We need to do a podcast. So we do my podcast on Twitch. I haven't really been doing that much because just kind of like everything was a little up in the air, but I've been going back into Twitch. I've been going back into the motion. So hopefully September we're gonna have more podcast related things. You got me. It's just a style that I've had for literally like 5 years, so it's something I've done consistently. I think about getting it tattooed, but if anything, it'd be white. But yeah, if you guys ever want to join my podcast, they're on Twitch. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are usually when I'm on Twitch. So I get back into them this coming month. So I have to let the inspo hit me to do them, though. It's hard for me to just like pick a topic to talk on. It's usually the day of I decide a topic because that's what I'm feeling like talking about. But either way, we're getting back into the flow of things. So YouTube's now going to be included, and I'm very grateful for the YouTube crew, despite what whoever that dude was saying. I have not had a bad experience on YouTube. I'm familiar with trolls. I get trolls. I'm not saying I don't, but they're few and far in between on YouTube. But mainly because I put out long form content and really deep content, and I just clap back if you're going to be a hater. I don't give a shit. You're either going to be blocked or I'll entertain it for a second. I don't care otherwise. What you say is not going to change anything I do. So I haven't had like a total negative experience on YouTube. I've actually felt quite welcomed, which is why I'm making the change that I'm doing. Going live on YouTube more because, like I said, TikTok is full of haters and people who just stalk me and trolls who report me. It's just such a mess, and I'm sure they could do that on my YouTube, but it's, TikTok doesn't lean towards the creators as much as people think on TikTok unless you make like a shit ton of money. And I don't really get a lot of traffic from TikTok over to my platforms. None of that really flows from TikTok. So I don't really care to drop TikTok live. The people who want to see my shit will follow me over to YouTube, and they're already on my Twitch. So I don't care. Weeks of them back-to-back days of 80 miles per hour. God, I need to get my motorcycle in the garage because we've been getting kind of storms like that, and I'm scared I'm going to walk out. My bike is laid down, and I can't pick it up. But I also can't bring it in the garage by myself. I need it. Hell yeah, Brandy. I look forward to it. What's up, bud? Brennan, hello. How are you doing? Welcome in, y'all. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day, though. A good weekend. I was going to be on yesterday, but I had court. And so it's for that eviction thing. No, I'm not getting evicted. They're trying to charge me for a fee that I already paid. So it's pushed to trial, and that's for next Friday. So I was going to be on yesterday, but I decided not to because that just kind of fried my nerves. I was like a little buzzing all day because I was still anxious. I was nervous. So I just decided to take the day off, and this is going to be my first day streaming. But we're going to be streaming for rent all week, but also hiring a lawyer. So just know that tomorrow, Monday, we're going to be streaming heavily for those. So if you don't want to participate, don't. I don't care. It's nothing to me. I appreciate those who come together to just promote my stream, talk in the stream, keep it active, because that's literally how I meet these goals. Like, I wish you guys would understand that in ways, because sometimes you guys think that joining, just watching isn't good enough, but that's everything. That's literally what pushes me out to the right people. That's what brings me the conversations that gets the right people, because you guys like talk to me and I talk back, and we end up having really good conversations. And usually in the flows of those conversations, there's lots of traffic coming in and stuff, and people who really like what I'm talking about, and they, want to support what is going on. We've been pretty good, Juggernaut. How are you? How's shit for you? September. It's almost fall. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I think so. Much love, friend, to you. And there's a net. Sorry. Grim, thank you. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, on YouTube, so I don't know. I haven't really said much about YouTube because I got haters on this platform, and I don't really like announcing my platforms anymore because they just come over to the next platform and report it and just troll me. It's the same girls. It's the same dudes every single fucking time. The key thing is they can't help but not opening their freaking mouth, so they end up outing themselves one way or another on my account by commenting. So I find them eventually, but nonetheless, I haven't really promoted my YouTube to you guys for that reason, because I can't distinguish with the audience who my haters are until they come in and open their fucking mouths. So until then, they're just in the audience watching and reporting my shit. And so I haven't really been pushing out my YouTube in that way. I just been putting stuff out on YouTube. So if you want to come follow on YouTube, feel free. I'm going to start switching to going live on YouTube more often. I'm not sure if this will be the last month on TikTok. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with TikTok. I'm going to keep making my short form videos, but YouTube feels so much better to me. The people on YouTube are so much more kind, and respectful. Like, even if they don't agree with shit that I'm saying, they can relate to it in their own ways and be kind about what they're saying in the comments. And that's what I want to build. So that's what I'm doing over in YouTube land. So feel free to join. Yeah, because I love streaming, but I don't like not being able to talk about the things I want to talk about. Twitch, there's no problem. YouTube, no problem. I've seen a lot of streamers move to YouTube for this exact reason. And I think that's where you guys know my goal this year is to reach 3 million on one of my platforms. I don't know which one. I'm just going to go with the flow. And maybe YouTube is going to be that platform and stuff like that. Because I would like to get like a bigger podcast production, get people into my podcast, talk to people on live and do live podcasts together. Like, I want to get into that kind of status, so that's what I'm working towards. All your content is great, but I need you to post more awesome news on Instagram. Still, Devil Day, hello, welcome in. I've missed you. It's been a while. Yeah, Instagram's one of those ones where I have girls who just like to report my stuff. They like to stalk me and copy me, and then like report my stuff and then comment hate comments. But then they'll turn around and copy the same shit that they're hating on. So it's like, it doesn't feel great when I post a picture and like the traffic is down because these trolls are reporting my shit because they're jealous and they're haters and miserable. So it's kind of annoying. So I've been trying to get into the flow of posting more stuff on Instagram, but I don't know. It's hard to build social media because, especially if you're an original content creator, which none of the memes I post are original, but the pictures that I do, the makeup and everything that I do, like, the people still see it, and people will see you rising the ladder and just get threatened by that. They'll copy your ways, but never support it. Never. They'll just report your stuff and make sure that you don't get to where you're trying to get, which is not going to happen. I'm not going to ever let that happen. But I see what they're trying to do because, like, all this year, I've had to battle left and right, people reporting my account and trying to get me shut down, or like people, I don't know, it's just the stupidest things. And if you go on my account, it's really not that bad. There's, my opinion, that's report worthy on there. But people just do because they're fucking miserable and they don't like seeing me get views. They don't like seeing people support my shit because they don't like my shit. So, which I don't get why you're still viewing my stuff if you don't like it. Like, you're making yourself even more miserable, but I think you're addicted to that if that's the case. So, YouTube is ahead. Okay. Would love to see you do a podcast. Oh, I read that. J. Cole, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I funny enough, YouTube apparently caters to creators, but I don't feel welcomed as a creator on TikTok. I think I said YouTube, I don't remember. But yeah, TikTok doesn't make me feel like I'm welcomed at all. So I'm just gonna go where I feel welcomed, I love being miserable. I don't. So I don't like having people who spread their misery to me, project misery and stuff like that. Brazil, welcome from Brazil. Welcome in. It's nice to see new faces. I appreciate you guys just popping into the stream for even a minute. I know you guys probably have a lot of stuff going on in your day, so I feel honored that people just stop by and say, hey, just pop in and say hi. I appreciate that a lot. You guys have no idea. I kind of imagine, like, if we were roommates and you just popped in and you're like, hey, I just wanted to say hi. And then you're going to work, The fact that you take the extra time to do that is very meaningful to me. Dylan, hello. Thank you for the gifts. I've been feeling the same way lately too, which is why I've been a little MIA on this app. I feel that, Devil Day. I really do feel that. I was just saying, like, I feel, TikTok originally was created as a kids app, but there's other apps like YouTube and Instagram and Twitch and stuff where I think the adult conversations are more allowed and the adult things. So while TikTok can help your platforms blast off, I don't think, honestly, me leaning into the stream world of TikTok is going to be the substantial way for me. I think the substantial, like the streaming, I love streaming. TikTok is draining because of the trolls and constantly combating them, reporting my lives and stuff like that. YouTube and Twitch, it's not like that. I've streamed on Instagram like a few times, but the adult conversations are more welcomed on those platforms, I feel. So they're not going to be running into it and immediately reporting it. It's usually people that just scroll past. Did you watch that movie, Deliverance, on Netflix? I did not. I don't have Netflix. So I did not watch it. Thank you for the gifts, Dylan. Yeah, if you want to come hang out on YouTube, link in my bio. I've been posting a lot of YouTube content. It pretty much is everything that I've been wanting to post on TikTok. I just don't think TikTok's the platform for me to do what I want to do. So you guys know I like to do my short form, the get ready with me's, tutorials, interior decor, motorcycle riding, photo shoots, cooking in the kitchen, eating out, trying new places, dog content, them eating their food, what I make for the dogs, my health routine, healing my gut, herbal and holistic health, witchcraft stuff, religious stuff, spiritual stuff, anything about manifestation, meditation, everything that I'm about. I've been studying all this stuff for my whole life. Food, I've been cooking since I was 6. Witchcraft, I started reading about when I was like 8 and then started seriously studying it at 17, 18. Now I've been studying manifestation, I don't know, for the last 5 years, 6 years. And just stuff that I've been learning through the years and feel like I can give a few words on and help people get started in the right direction, especially if they're neurodivergent or they struggle with getting like certain mentalities down that these people say should be happening. Like with manifestation, you always see those coaches, they're like, just embody it, but how does one embody being wealthy when they're homeless and poor? And like I talk about the story a lot, like when I was going through my very first eviction in my apartment because I was pregnant and I couldn't work, so I was going through my first eviction, but I wanted to like lean into it. Like I knew manifestation was real because people in churches technically manifest and they're getting everything they want. So how, what is it? What is the secret sauce? What is the Krabby Patty fucking formula, dude? Okay. So that's what I've always like, what is it that they're doing that is getting them to do whatever they get whatever they want, And that's where I set out on that journey. And all these people, these coaches are like, yeah, just manifest, just believe it. I'm like, but how do you do that when you're sitting there in like real lack, when you're sitting there and facing homelessness, when you are homeless, whatever? How do you do that? And that's where they're like, oh, are you okay? Did you guys hear that reverb? I'm just kidding. My drum set's in here and it's like this, he's like right next to it. But that's where I really wanted to focus on that because they're always going to be like, oh, well, if you want to learn, go sign up for my course, my 10-week course. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I don't think anyone else wants to do that, So I was really committed to leaning into the suffering of like, okay, yeah, being evicted sucks. And I didn't get evicted. It was just, they were putting me through eviction, kind of like similar now, So I was just like, let me lean into it. And what can I learn from this, And through this process, I haven't been able to talk about it. But when I talk about the realness of it, people on TikTok don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that they don't want to hear anything about any kind of racial generational trauma, any kind of generational trauma with myself or anything. Like when I start talking about it with myself, I get the guys coming in, the hater dudes who start saying the worst comments. Same with the women who start just being really jealous and catty. So YouTube is pretty much aimed towards everything that I talk about on Twitch and everything that I've been doing on TikTok/Instagram. That's going to be all of YouTube. So pretty much you guys can see the everything, like the everything on YouTube. So that's where for a while it was my overflow. It was like, because I didn't have enough space on my phone, I would put all my videos on YouTube because then I could delete them off my phone and then have space on my phone. So now I kind of like that I did that because I was started just putting all my videos on YouTube and never really had a direction with it. And now I'm kind of understanding YouTube's algorithm and stuff like that and learning that I think this is YouTube, Twitch are like my main platforms for these kind of things. And the short form content can still be on TikTok and that's great to utilize that to get traffic over to YouTube and stuff like that. And that also goes to Instagram and Twitch. So there's a way to kind of connect it all. Welcome in, Speedy. And I've been kind of figuring that out. You guys have seen like the last year me trying to like figure out all of how to like mitigate all of this that I want to do. And I think finally I've got it down, and I think just switching to YouTube is what's going to make it more seamless for me, because they're not as offended by conversations about real things. Manifesting all the way, but it takes time and work, right? 100%, 100%. And that's what I wish they would say, how to do these things, because I feel like as an ADHD person, you know how you always try to find like the shortcut, but not the shortcut, like the best way to do something, the easiest way to do something, the shortcuts without compromising quality, right? So sometimes people, like, it's just like talking where they sugarcoat it and you're like, get to the fucking point. That's kind of what I do with just everything. I hate seeing things that, like, you could be doing it this way instead of doing all of that. You could just do it this way, you know? So that's kind of what I just leaned into, the strengths that I have with my ADHD in that sense, and like learning about manifesting and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, like, what is really necessary and what is not necessary in this journey, you know? And how to bypass certain things that, you know, these woo-woo people talk about that you need to do that you really don't need to do. You know, I tested it all. I've tried every method, and I kind of came up with a method that just works because it combines everything, but it's not sugarcoating it. It's just straight to the point. It's telling you why we do this. It's what to do, how to do it, et cetera, et cetera. So that's pointed in the right direction, and not just like, yeah, just sign up for my course. Because truthfully, if you really were manifesting, in my opinion, you would be giving that info and just being able to trust in the universe, because that's putting too much control. And I feel like that's a bit scammy. It's about pyramid scheme, kind of whatever the shit, you know? And I think if you really were truthful about manifesting, you wouldn't have a course, because you'd be trusting that the universe would be taking care of you as long as you're spreading the good bird, the word of the bird, you know? And other streamers are a testament to that, in a funky way to say it. But like, a lot of streamers who make it big are doing things that solely are true to them. But I can't be true to me on TikTok. I can't, because I have too many haters on there for no reason. And hi, what's up? And so YouTube has made me feel more welcome in that. And I feel like I can talk about these things that I wanted to talk about on YouTube without people trying to shut down my thing. Hey, baby. What's up? What? What's up, good boy? Hi. I love you. You sweet boy. This is Beef. If you're new in here, this is Beef. He's actually the baby. He's the biggest, but he's the baby. Oh, you're the baby, huh? You're a little baby. Oh, you're the baby. He used to be just a scoop of mashed potatoes. Now look at him. So many potatoes. He's feeling neglected. It's been about 20 minutes since his last pet, so. Oh, he's a little polar bear. He's a baby polar bear. Okay, bye. You good? Okay. Anyway. I feel that in regards to ADHD. Yes. Also, welcome in. What is that? Doki Doki. Also, if you guys are new here, sometimes I'll read your guys' username and just kind of abbreviate it myself. I hope if it offends you, please let me know what I should call you by. But like, there's some people that come in with like a huge name, and I'll just kind of shorten it instead of saying the whole thing. Jeremy. The probably Monday, but having back Benson Tuesday night. Nice. Well, safe travels, Jeremy. Thanks for popping in. I hope you enjoy whatever you're doing. All the doing is selling the program. They don't know what they're doing. Exactly. 100%. I agree. Double a day. I appreciate that. The bee. Playo, welcome in. Guys, I'm so excited for this week. I'm not going to lie. This last week was really hard on me, because with the rent thing, with the joints like flaring up, but I've taken one medicine off. I feel better, and I've been really lackadaisical with my diet this week. So now I know it was that medicine, and I kind of know what's triggering me. Like, for instance, I feel like the bottom of this is mold toxicity. The test itself costs like $400. I don't have that. So, and even if I did, it'd be going towards this fucking lawyer or rent that's coming up or whatever. But anyway, I found out a lot of coffee is kept in warehouses where they end up getting moldy and mildew on the coffee beans, and that can affect you if you have mold toxicity. And I noticed when I drink milk, when I drink fucking coffee that my symptoms get worse. So there's coffee brands that focus on no mildew, no mold on their coffee beans. So I got some of that, which was great because I really struggled without coffee. That's like the one thing that helps me not eat sugar, not eat fast food, is just I lean on coffee. My TikTok people know that. I drink coffee to the point where like my teeth get so yellow. I don't even care though. I fucking love coffee. When I stop drinking coffee, they're not staying. So that's why I don't care because I know it's temporary. But the trolls care. I love you. Marcus the Marcus, welcome in. I'm doing better. I'm doing better this week. Yeah, this week my joints are feeling better since I took myself off this medicine. And now that I found a coffee that does well by me, I can have coffee back in my diet, which will help me stick to my healthy points in my diet. Which when I don't have coffee, it's like I really want to, because coffee like jacks up your cortisol and stuff like that. So if you are like addicted to sugar, thank you for the likes, you guys. You'll find that like there's times when it's when your cortisol kind of lowers and your body feels like out of whack. So you're like, oh shit, like I feel snacky. I need to eat something. You know, that's how it feels. So then you end up reaching for sugar or like fried foods or potatoes, and that actually bumps up your cortisol. And a lot of people, cortisol is also stress. So a lot of people's stress levels are always like this. So they eat things that keep that stress up there because that's what feels normal to them. Because when it goes down, their stress usually is up here. It goes down and they're like, oh, what the fuck? Shit feels weird. What is going on? I need to do, you know. So then they start doing things that they know that brings that stress level up, but they don't recognize it as stress, so to speak, you know. So that's kind of what I do with sugar because I love sugar. I love sugar. And it's one of those, a lot of things go wrong in my life, of course. You know, my joints suck and they don't suck. They're getting healthier, but, you know, things are a little stressful. And then I want to feed that stress unknowingly. And so I want to eat some sugar or eat some fried foods. And so I can't do that because those things feed the mold. So I'm trying to find something that can still feed that feeling. I don't mind having that because in the meantime, that's when you take ashwagandha, CBD, things like that to lower that stress. It's up here and that other stuff helps bring it down here. So you're not always trying to feed it that high. So eventually you only you can have like just a little bit of coffee and you don't need that much coffee to feed that, you know? So it kind of works in that way. So that's kind of my problem with sugar and stuff like that. So coffee helps me mitigate that. So I found a coffee that's good for my joints. I'm so excited for that because I get it tomorrow and I love coffee. If you know me, I love, love, love coffee. So, who knows? Maybe I'll be a coffee brand owner. Oh, little Shredder. That's Shredder. You guys can't see him very well because he's black. But he's a baby. He's not a baby, but he's like 6, 7. I love him. So I have 4 dogs. That's Shredder. I got 2 big dogs and I got 2 little ones. The 2 little ones I got first. Spudgy was my first. She's the oldest. She's the smallest. And then I got Odin. He's the one with the one eye. He's a fluffy guy. He's very cute. He's very barky, and you will hear me yell at him a lot. He's literally the only one I yell at, really, because he will start all the dogs off. He's the yappiest. Funny enough, he's a purebred, but he's like the mutts are a lot more tame than he is all I can say. Because even Beef, he's like a husky mix. He's like a husky lab, Akita, Shiba mix. So Shredder he was the 3rd one, and I got him from the Humane Society. And then I noticed he really needed a friend. So I got him Beef. So him and Beef are buddies, and Spudgy and Odin are buddies. So there was a dog. I posted him on my Facebook. If anyone's in Georgia and wants to drive a dog to me, I would pay for it once I get this fucking lawyer rental shenanigans. He was such a cute dog, and I literally cried for like an hour over it. Anyway, I would like some more pets soon when my joints feel better, truth be told. But that one was an old dog, so that's where I felt comfortable like looking into it because I don't need to take her out for runs and shit like that. So that's more doable. Oh, thank you, Vice. I appreciate that. Same to you, dude. I have been paying attention to you for a month now. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Bestie. This is my first time. This is my first live stream. I did one before, but I wasn't really sure what was going on. So this is like the first official YouTube live stream. So welcome in. Appreciate y'all making this moment commemorable. When I hit that 3 million, you guys are going to get a goodie bag, okay? I promise you. Because I'm just that grateful. You guys are the OGs. So thanks for helping me start my journey. Why can't girls burp out loud? I don't know. I burp out loud all the time. But welcome in. What's going on? Yeah, thank you guys so much on YouTube for watching my stuff. I'm gonna be posting a YouTube or a little salad video tonight, and then 2 videos tonight that I need to upload. And then Sunday you guys are gonna get a couple videos, and tomorrow I'm gonna visit the Asian market. I need some groceries. So if you want to sub to my stuff, feel free to check it out. Link in my bio. Donations are greatly appreciated. We're gonna start streaming for rent and a lawyer this week because I have to get a lawyer. So this could be so fun. But I have till the 6th, so maybe I'll have to take out a loan. I hope not. But if you want to contribute to that, $1, $5, $3, 50 cents. Link in my bio. There's Cash App, PayPal, all that good stuff. All the gifts on TikTok too. Wreck-It Ralph, thank you. Yeah, all the gifts on TikTok are going towards a lawyer. So, still dealing with that from last time I was here. Still dealing with what? How do you burp on command? I don't burp on command. I just burp. I can't do it on command. I expect those weird champagne bubble bottles you get at weddings in the goodie bag. I will settle for nothing less. Where does one find? Can I even ship alcohol like that? Am I allowed to do that legally? I mean, I guess you're of age, I assume. The landlord thing. Yeah, last time I think you were in, they were trying to evict me because I just moved in with them. Like, they transferred me to this company, and they were trying to evict me because they didn't open the portal for me and then charged me late fees, but that was when I was bedridden, and they wanted me to drop it off. So the judge ruled it in my favor. This time around, they're trying to charge me a $400 fee for the weeds that I already paid. There's proof that I paid this and everything. So they're trying to charge me that $400 fee. And what happened yesterday? So let me tell you guys what happened yesterday. So they charged me a $400 fee. I send in $2,500, and they're like, "You owe us $2,900." I was like, "I already paid that. You can see it in this proof." I forward them proof of this. And they're like, we can't dispute this. Your only options are you go to court or you pay it again. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go to court. So I go to court, and before this, they signed me up for a plan that's $2,900, which has hit my credit. I just got a credit hit, and now it's back to 576. I just made it out of the 600. 606 was my last, and then it dumped my score because they put on my plan that I was delinquent $2,900. They altered a pre-existing contract, which the contract says they cannot do. The contract states it's not amendable. So they altered this contract to say I owe them $2,900, which makes no sense because I literally sent in $2,500. So if anything, it would be the $400 that you're trying to charge me again. And I have proof that I paid that. So I don't know anything. So then at that point, right? So I get to the meeting yesterday, and they're like, "Yeah, she owes $2,200. I don't even know where they got $2,200 from. I don't think the lawyer knows what the hell is going on. The office doesn't know what's going on. I think they're all fucking around. They don't know what's happening. One person, the manager, just submitted a paper saying random charges, and they probably expected me just to pay it and not go to trial. So at this point, I have no choice because I'm not going to pay that $400 fee. I'm not going to get evicted for not paying the fee. And at this point, they're just like fucking me over left and right. So I feel like I have enough like evidence on my side to have a lawyer take the case for me. And I have plenty of proof, like, because even then my base rent is 21, like 64 or something like that. So my rent isn't 2,200. And then when you add the utilities and stuff like that, it's usually 2460, 2479, something like that. You guys know I do 2,500 for my goal. So it's usually close to that, 2,400-ish in the range. So depending on how much electricity I use and stuff. So I'm like, where the hell did you get 2,200 from? I don't even know where you got that number from. Luckily, going to trial, they have to prove where these charges came from, and I don't think they know. So they're going to go back into this. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm just going to get a lawyer. I don't know what else to do. So they have to go back and prove these charges. They're going to go back and look at everything and see how wrong they are. And I don't know what's going to come from that. I don't know if they can just stop the trial and like be like, oopsie, my bad, you know? Because that's when they have to dig into shit and realize that they're wrong. That's my assumption anyway. So I'm like, how did you get $2,200? I don't know. So that's what happened yesterday. So this is the second time they try to put me through eviction because they said I didn't pay that $400 late fee. But now when I get to court, nothing about that, not the late fee, the weed fee. Nothing about that weed fee is mentioned. It's $2,200 that I owe. So I literally laughed. I didn't mean to. I laughed and was like, wow, that is ridiculous because that's not even accurate. And so the judge was like, is this correct, Miss Hutchinson? And I'm like, fuck no. No, I didn't say that. I was like, no. 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 First off, fucking Matthew, the attorney, Matthew, I'm going to find you. Nope. Anyway. Can you do one burp with drinking? I don't know. It'll just happen magically. You'll have to stay and check it out. What is wrong with those people? What I think is going on is I think the big person hires very incompetent people, but not just incompetent. Henry, who has been on my case this whole time. Henry was the first time I tried to pay rent after paying that fee, I emailed them a screenshot saying, hey, that fee is still on there. So Henry and Diana sent me an email back showing me my ledger, showing me that I already paid it. They confirmed that I paid it. So at that point, I think there's just a disconnect. And the big guy is counting on that disconnect to happen because Henry told me that he can only do so much. And as a customer service agent previously, I understand that. I know that because I know you can only do so much. And so that's where they can only say so many things. They can only do so many things. He literally told me via email that they cannot dispute this fee, even though I sent proof that I paid this fee to Henry. Henry sent me, me and Henry were talking, and I sent Henry his own email showing him confirming the proof and everything. And he's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. You have to pay the fee again or go to court. We can't dispute it. I'm like, what? That's funny. That is hilarious. Tell me that again. Make me laugh. I like it. So I'm just the club right now, but I wanted to wish you happy. Oh, hell yeah. T Dizzy will have fun at the club. Enjoy your time. Have a drink for me. I drank a beer yesterday also in celebration because I didn't get evicted. Hell yeah. But now I have to go to trial. So I got to submit my evidence. And Zorby suggested that I get a lawyer with this. So Zorby's a smart dude. I'm going to get a lawyer. And at this point, I was planning on getting a lawyer afterwards anyway to go after them because this would be the second time they put me through wrongful eviction. And you guys have seen on stream the amount of times I've cried about this and been stressed about this. And I literally lose sleep over this. So I'm doing my best to just trust that like things will work in my favor because I paid the fee. Everything's been right on my end. I've kept like evidence of it all. You know, and this is where I say, like, in the corniest way, like, that's where, like, if you do things in the right way, it feels like you're getting fucked over, but at the end, the truth always wins. Like, it's so corny, but it's true, because at the end, like, it will come to surface. It always does. So, just keep holding out and being truthful and doing the good things, you know, because it's not for the reward, but the reward will happen if you just keep focused on being good and being happy and doing things through that, you know. Albino Wookie, hello. No, I am off age, but I'm talking about shaped like champagne. What are you talking about? As long as you thank you. Craft cannabis culture. Ooh, sounds good. I appreciate that so much. Do you guys know the rules for cannabis on YouTube? Like, what are the rules of smoking on live? I don't know. I can't seem to find anything. I probably have to go into Reddit. So if anyone knows anything about that, please let me know. But for now, we'll keep it PG. I think the fact that you made food for your siblings and sold your was. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I think as a kid, I didn't realize what I was doing, to be honest. So it wasn't really the fact that it was to do it for the good. I have not read Catcher in the Rye. That is actually on my list of things to read this year because I wanted to revisit a lot of like those books that we read in high school. because I feel like reading it with a different frame of mind, I'll have like a different, comprehension of it. So that is one of the books that I plan on reading, because I didn't get to read that in high school. I know it was one of those books that was like given in high school, and I enjoyed a lot of the books that I read. I enjoyed a lot in high school that were given. I know some kids didn't like those assignments, but I did. Can you drink some soda? I don't drink soda. Before you boom the video at the beginning of the live, but the TrueTube side of it, before you boom the video and at the beginning of the live, I think TikTok took or blocked one of your messages, Joe, because I'm not seeing anything before that, and it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's all markers. Mm-hmm. Sharpie sponsors me. Oh, great. I got a violation warning on TikTok. See what I mean? Like it matters. My freaking traffic is garbage on TikTok, to be honest. And that's because I'm pretty sure I don't know everybody that's reporting me, and people just come in when I'm live. They probably follow me and they get a notification when I'm live and they report my shit. So, because sometimes I'll get reported for doing literally nothing. It's happened before. TikTok is super strict. They are like, strict is statement. Strict is such an understatement. Strict, and they also like their regulations are so out of whack. Like the fact that people can come into my comment section and be really mean and like say really mean stuff, but if I read out loud what they say to me, I get banned. So it's like, how are you even allowing that to be typed in here if I can't even say it? So it's like their policies are really out of whack. Parental advisory backup. Okay, I got you. They flagged my video for yeah. That's TikTok for you. My first account hit 90K followers, and literally this is how I got banned. I remember I was wearing like a shirt, and as you can see, I'm not a very chesticle-y woman. I don't have like giant triple G's hanging off my chest. Okay, so like I don't have the biggest bazongas sitting here, right? So I was wearing like a top, and it was like this low. So like the ittiest bit maybe of cleavage was showing. I just remember bending down, grabbing something like a lighter or something that I dropped on the ground, and sitting back up and seeing my live had been discontinued and my account had been banned. And ever since then, I've been trying to get to the goal that I want on TikTok, but I just don't feel welcome in that community. The girls see me as a threat, and the guys are trolls, and they both report my shit, and it's really difficult to mitigate. And to me, if someone reports your stuff, TikTok should just block. Like, if someone reported me, they should just block me from that person automatically, so that person can't come back and keep reporting it. So, yeah, it doesn't even give me a reason. Restricted in search results because your live does not comply with your For You feed eligibility standards under our community guidelines. That's cool. Love that. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Because I don't know what I did. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But anywho, yeah, so that's exactly why I'm going to start streaming on YouTube. It's not going to be a lot of people at first. I don't even have a lot of people who follow me, but I'm very grateful. Once again, you guys are like the OGs of my channel. So once I hit that 3 million, you guys are going to get some sort of reward, some sort of gift, some sort of something. Same thing for my TikTok people, just because they were the OG people for my TikTok. A lot of them have come over to YouTube. So, but regardless, I'm very grateful for YouTube because I've had a pleasant experience with the YouTube people. I'm grateful for those who have found my page and who have subscribed to me. Thank you. I love y'all because you guys are adding to my dream. So, and if this is something you want to do, you can do it. It doesn't require anything but just consistency and putting yourself out there. You're going to get trolls regardless, but you know, as the saying goes go where you're celebrated. So I don't feel very celebrated on TikTok, so I'm not going to stay there very long. I'm going to find somewhere that I feel better on, and that's Twitch and YouTube. And we'll continue with that. Joe! Main reason why it's fine-ish for that here is because You're in. Okay, I got you. So does that mean that my content would be restricted for people who are outside of the states then? Do you know? Also, welcome over here, Joe. No? Okay. Yeah, I really like YouTube because I should have done it a long time, but it's really where I can put everything that I've wanted to do. I like to do the get readies with me. I like cinematography. I like exploring that. I like exploring photography. I like sharing my story. I like talking about weird ass things. I like everything. So we kind of do that on my channel. And I really wish that was received well on TikTok because I thought, wow, this is a place that I blow up really easy on. I thought it would be received, but I blow up easy because men just like the quick dopamine hit, and that's cool. And I get 97% of my audience on TikTok is men. That's why I say men, because 3% of them are women. Anyway, not a bad thing, but guys are really mean too. They will report my stuff for no reason. They more than women don't want to hear what I have to say because I should just shut the hell up to them and be something to look at. So YouTube, I'm really grateful for because they don't really give me that vibe, and it seems like the people who stay are the ones who I would want to have like a cookout and a conversation with. You know, good food, good conversation. Can money be sent on YouTube? I'm not too sure. Joe, do you know? Does anyone know? Can money be sent on YouTube? But also, thank you, Papa Julian. Thank you so much. Wait, message retracted. Oh, tree side of YouTube. Oh, it has some of the most growing to make concentrates. But thank you so much, Papa Julian. Dude, I for real I know there's subs. I don't think I make money from my subs. I currently don't monetize on YouTube at all. I don't know if I can yet. I know like the way that you can monetize on YouTube is like when you reach a certain point and then they per view. But I don't know if you can like do it gift wise like it is on TikTok. That's the thing, is TikTok is ahead of the game with that gifting thing. That's why I use it. But I mean, you contributed with a corgi earlier, Papa Julian, as well. So thank you. So pretty much I'm just going to be, whatever gifts I earn on TikTok is what's going to be going towards the lawyer, hopefully. What's your streaming schedule? I haven't made one yet, but I think we're just going to follow my old TikTok schedule, which is going to be in the mornings. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be trial and error because I can't stream at the same time as I stream Twitch. So Twitch, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights. So I'm going to have to find an area that works for me. Maybe I'll do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights on YouTube if nights work better. But I'm thinking maybe we'll start the morning streams on YouTube. And yeah, from there, I still need to get like a post schedule down. But I'm trying to post every day on YouTube, like bigger vlogs. But when stuff like the landlord stuff comes about, or like randomly I wake up and my joints are hurting, that stuff interferes. So the everyday thing is dependent on really my joints. But this week was because the freaking court stuff too. But this coming week should be a lot better because my joints feel better. I have court on Friday, but if I get a lawyer, which I need to, they're just going to handle everything. So I'm not going to put the brain work into this. I'm just a girl. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm still kind of getting my footing in YouTube. So I have to figure out what my schedule looks like based off of you guys pretty much. Because this is what I do for a living. I'd rather stream at a time that's more suitable for you guys, not really catering to me. So I kind of got to figure that out, I'll stream in the morning. If that seems to go good, then we're going to stick with that. I think I can post my streams on YouTube, like from YouTube onto YouTube. So I will also do that, but that's kind of my plan. We're going to stick to the same days on Twitch, but yeah. It's kind of touch and go. I go based off of the analytics. Like if you okay? If my traffic is going well and stuff, then I know to keep doing the times that I'm doing, the consistency, stuff like that. Their entire side of YouTube for stream reviews. Oh, really? Well, let me puff it up then. Oh my god. Just kidding. How do you like being a content creator? I love it. What does it mean, message retracted? I know what that means, but like, what are you guys doing? What does that mean? Yeah, I love it. I started content creating this might be repetitive for those who already know, but I started content creating about 3 years ago, just strictly Facebook and like spicy side. And then a year ago, I officially turned to streaming. I was like occasionally doing podcasts for myself on Twitch, which started kind of like the streaming thing. And because I had done podcasts, I fell into a rut and I immediately jumped into streaming. Um, and all of that is all about short form videos. You got to get people's attention to follow your stuff. So it's been a lot of learning. I've had a lot of ups and downs, but I feel like this is like a next chapter and a good chapter to apply everything I've learned. And I really love it because of my illness. It allows me to cater to focusing on my joints first. Like if I have a bad day with my joints, I don't have to call my manager and be like, yeah, I can't walk, because most people who are able-bodied don't understand not being able to walk the next day just randomly. They think like you're faking. So it's hard to explain that to a manager, and going through that every time with a new job is exhausting. So if I can't walk the next day, I just take it easy. I take a bath, get lots of CBD into me, take extra care. I don't have to answer to a manager, stuff like that. So it's really helped me in that sense. So as long as you cater it towards what you like to do and stuff, I think it would be great for anyone. And that's really what I want to help people with on my channel, to show them that, like, what the steps are, what it looks like, and the realistic sides of content creating and stuff like that. Because, I've tried it all. I've tried the TikTok shop stuff. I've tried it all. And I know what stuff goes off and what stuff doesn't. And for me, I have struggled with TikTok shop. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people make a lot of money on that. I've done the Amazon influencer thing. So it's like, really, when you do content creating, there are so many options that you got to dip your toes in all of them to kind of figure out what works for you. But when you find out what works for you, then it's kind of better sailing. I can't say smooth sailing because I'm not smooth sailing it, but I'm getting the smooth seas are ahead. I see it. Like, we're in the storm right now. The storm's kind of like passing up. The smooth seas are ahead. I see it, And that's why I feel like it was best for me to start my YouTube channel at this point, because if I were to start it when things were perfect, then I don't think you guys would have seen the process of it, because that's the important part to me, is showing people the process, the realistic sides of it, so that when they go through this, that hard times will come and you don't give up. That's just part of the good times that are ahead. Redirect yourself just ever so slightly, But I really enjoy it. Other than that, I like the challenge. I like being able to cater to my ADHD. So pretty much anything I want to do, cooking, cleaning, painting my wall, whatever, going to try new food, motorcycle riding, it's all based off of content. Like, for instance, like if you get to know my page, I'm more of like a two birds in one stone kind of person, because my joints, like, I would rather do multiple things at once so I don't have to make multiple trips. And that's kind of the mindset I have with everything. So YouTube is really great because it's kind of like I can teach people what I like to do and teach people things that I like to talk about and learn from people who are interested in these things that I talk about, which is great because I get to learn new things from people who are knowledgeable about these things. And then I can share recipes. I can, whatever new hobby I want to learn, share it with you guys and be able to make a living from doing that. And that's more sustainable to me than doing something out of fear and survival. And I hope to inspire people in whatever way to go with what makes them happy. And it's going to be a little bumpy, but you got to get your footing. And it's really just, they say like God tests you, but it's just a test to see if you are truly committed to that. Because if you're committed to that, then those bumps won't dissuade you from your goal. Those bumps will just be like, okay, well, let me, like a dirt bike rider, let me figure out how to hit these bumps a little better, a little smoother, a little easier, and land a little better next time. If you're into video games, you would definitely stream gaming. Do people game on YouTube? This is my first official YouTube stream, so I do game. I play like the Lego. I hate saying that because I feel like a loser. I play the Lego games, though. It's not like the popular things. I don't play like Call of Duty or anything cool like that, but I like to play the Lego games. And I do play them occasionally on Twitch and stuff. I just got to figure out how to, I think I have to run this through OBS, to be honest. So I think that's how I'm going to be able to get Twitch and like channel points onto YouTube. What's some creator tips that people should know? Truth be told, it depends on your mindset. If you're neurodivergent, I really detest niching down. When you get burnt out on your niche, where are you going to go? So if you're a neurotypical person, niching down might be your best option. Because it's just kind of the same thing, very structured and everything like that. Some people like that. But I really detest niching down. Consistency is your best friend. Even if you don't show up perfectly, show up. Find your schedule, show up every day. And people think it's just posting cutesy videos, and it is, but you have to have the discipline to do it every day, even if you don't feel good. And that's a little difficult when you have a chronic illness, and I can attest to that. So if you have a chronic illness, the same still applies, unfortunately, but don't be as hard on yourself when you're going through those chronic illness modes, because you need your health to be able to post consistently. So if you are sick, those downtimes are meant for you to lean into and just rest. Take care of yourself. When you are healthier, during those downtimes, at least for me, I've just done the best I could to learn where I could do better in my social media. So use those downtimes as looking at your analytics, your metadata, your traffic, and everything, and how you can do better with your content. But it's really just about reflection. It's just about, what do you want to do? What makes you you? It doesn't have anything to do with how you look, how cute you are, how aesthetic you are, how, skin color, religion. Everybody of any kind can get a following. There's a girl that I follow that she just started off because she liked making milkshakes, and she would just make milkshakes. And she's a very plain Jane kind of woman, which I don't think anything badly of. There's plain people, which I love the plain Jane people, because those are the people that, they're like home. They feel like home, and they're always, the things that they do, their demeanor are very calm and very nice to be around. So that's kind of what she gave. So I started following her, but her videos weren't very big at first, but she just continued to make milkshakes because she liked them. And all of a sudden she's fucking making bank. She's getting sponsored trips out to places, like going to Gucci and stuff like that. And I'm like, hell yeah. And doesn't matter with the trolls, ignore the trolls. I'll get them in here and entertain them occasionally. But for the most part, I just block and ignore. They're just annoying as fuck. It's annoying to see how many people don't know how to deal with emotional regulation and deal with their internal issues instead of projecting. So, and I don't need to insult people. I don't need to be mean. I just need to call out the truth, and they don't like that. Same like earlier when someone was like, you don't have to be so rude. But I guess people consider me rude because I'm straightforward, but I prefer to be straightforward. And if you take that as rude, that's a reflection of you. I don't need you around because you're going to be stuff like that. And trust me, like, I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive to not hurting people's feelings. But if the truth is something that you can't deal with, then I just can't be honest with you, literally. Like, the truth will always hurt your feelings. If I'm honest about not talking to you, like things are, going wrong in my life or whatever, anytime, and I'm not talking to you because of that, it's nothing to do with you, you're still going to find a way to make it about you and take offense to it. So people like that, just ignore. Just ignore it. Misery loves company. They're going to fucking, try to get you to feel the way they do, and you don't need to deal with that. Lego games are fantastic. No, those are, oh, thank you. I think they're fantastic too. I love them. I have a lot of them. I love them. They're very calming to me. I like the sound of the Legos breaking. It's like therapeutic. I think they need to make a Lego Smash World, like they need to make something based off of Lego, but like as if we were the players in Lego. So I know that'd be like ridiculous amounts of work to rebuild these things, but hey, creating jobs. Okay, you're a Lego wall builder, so that way people can go in and literally like just break fucking walls of Legos, break of Legos, break the Lego door. I think that would be my perfect smash room. Jake Wolf, hello, welcome in. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into content creating, but if you do something that really makes you happy, it's easier to stick by. And like, for instance, my friend Sierra, she wants to get into content creating, but she has a full-time job. So it's like, how do you incorporate the two? Well, you can get ready for the day. You can do outfits daily, just like a quick 30-second video of your outfit, and post that every day, just one video every day. And eventually, after a month, 2 months, your videos are going to take off, and people are just going to eventually just be blowing up your account. It can be very simple. Or maybe you sit at a desk and type all day. You can do keyboard ASMR. I see people who they do their lunch breaks and they go out to eat and try different places to eat, and then they end up blowing up from that and able to quit their job because during their lunch breaks they just did like food reviews of fast food. So really just lean into what you have. Look at what you can do. Jake Wolf does Instacart, and I know some people on here do DoorDash. There's tons of people who do content with that. Like they show you how Instacarting works and get groceries with me with Instacart. Let's prepare a customer Instacart order, or DoorDash. There's two dudes that I follow where it's just like them biking and that's all you see, and them picking up the meal and then dropping it off. And they do like short form version and they put it on YouTube, So there's tons of ways to do content. There's a lot of girls who like to follow me and stalk me and copy everything that I do for content. And, that's okay to be inspired by people, but really, in my opinion, stem from the authenticity of what makes you happy. Okay. You can be inspired by people, but don't think that just because they're successful that you have to copy everything they do and you'll be successful, because that's not what makes you you. So you got to find really what your thing is. What have you always wanted to do? So for me, like I've always wanted to be a chef, have a restaurant. I love cooking. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and I've always loved studying herbal medicine and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to be a motivational speaker. So that's where I never expected to have streaming or platform, but I had people when Twitch was a thing, like when I was younger and first started content creating, they were like, you would do great on Twitch. You would do so great on Twitch. And I was like, eh. And so I did Twitch, and like, it's good. It's going good. I haven't blown up yet, but it takes time once again. And so, especially with my health up and down, it's definitely going to take time for me to especially get healthy. So now I think things are coming to a close. I really do think this is my last year feeling any sorts of these ways, which I'm very grateful for. And every single person who's subbed to me and followed along and everything has been so instrumental to that. There's people in here who literally give life-changing information. I shit you not to be so corny like that, but like there's things that I've learned in this stream or like my platforms through streaming that have really contributed to the well-being of my life. So it makes like me doing these things and following this even more better, because even if I'm not making money that day, there's still that exchange of like people telling me good information, and I'm learning shit from people and having good conversations and stuff like that. So that's where, it really depends on what inner wise you feel called to do. So maybe you just want to game and you're good at gaming and you feel like you can engage people while gaming, and you can do that, then go for it. If you feel like, maybe you just want to practice playing your guitar. You're not very good at guitar, but maybe that'll help you be accountable for yourself, and every day you'll be getting better and better every day. So eventually, if you're consistent with that, people will follow along. There's a girl that I saw, she forgets that she takes her meds, and I was going to do this too, but since I have not very many meds now, it's not really, I don't need to do it. So there's a girl who, and once my health starts getting better, I'm going to start doing like daily, like walking vlogs so that people can see the progress of my walking, but it can be simple as that. Like, maybe you struggle to brush your teeth, just leaning into that. People are going to make fun of you regardless. Even if you try to show up as perfect, people are going to make fun of you. So maybe you struggle to brush your teeth, every day, and you need to take accountability and you want to be consistent with that. So literally you can just start an account being like, I struggle with brushing my teeth every day. This is an account to fucking help me brush my teeth every day. And you can post 2 times a day, you brushing your teeth. And people will be like, you know what, this helps me, reminds me to brush my teeth. Because you are not the only person out there who struggles with brushing their teeth, and being remembered to brush your teeth every day. It's literally everything and anything. Being in the SW world has taught me literally anything can sell. There's women out there selling farts in a jar. If you market it right, you can get the money from it. And as long as you're doing what makes you happy, the money is going to be the byproduct of it. It's the watch pot never boils theory, the double slit theory from quantum physics. It's all of that. So if you sit there and focus on the money, you're going to get money. You're going to get money. But if you figure out what makes you happy and let money be the byproduct of it, then that's going to be more sustainable, because the happiness is going to bring in even more money than you realized you could get. And same thing with like losing weight or even gaining weight or anything. Like if you focus on the numbers are going to fluctuate. But what shouldn't is your consistency on showing up for yourself. So as long as you show up for yourself in whatever way that looks like, and you get to decide that. That's the beautiful thing about social media. And that's why I want to tell everyone in the world. I have a saying like, you're not my friend if I haven't tried to tell you to get on the social media game. Because I think I was in the shittiest apartment. Someone stole my motorcycle. Someone stole the cat out of my car. I was barely running. That was all a year ago in June. Okay. Come this June, I'm literally like in a house, have a car, have a new motorcycle, a new car that not new, but new used, like a Carvana new used kind of, but new to me, So like everything's been upgraded all because of just that trust in myself and knowing that like, as long as I'm happy, that energy alone will bring people in. But, it's consistent. It's more easy to stay consistent with something that makes you happy. If you dread going in every day, it's hard to show up every day, right? So finding something that makes you feel good every day. Maybe you struggle eating breakfast. So many people do, okay? And maybe you're shy. So many people are. You're talking about relatable things. You're talking about things that you could get millions of followers just by opening up about that. That's where my best friend Sierra, she's very shy, which is funny because she's not. Like, she's shy, but she's not. But she would have easier time having a following than I would. So I tell her all the time, like, just go off of that. Lean into what you have. You might be shy, but so are other people. And it's best to start now, and people are going to see that growth in you, and you're going to grow from posting more. Because I remember my first videos were very weird and like awkward. They still are sometimes, but I don't care. But you grow from it regardless, and everybody has that starting phase. You're going to have haters regardless. So it's best just to start for you. And if you're going to start for you, you might as well start in the direction that pleases the inner you more than anything, so that way you can show up every day consistently. And despite my health being fucking shitty this year and last, it was difficult to show up consistently, but I still did. And if I could do that with my health bad, then once my health is good, then things are just going to take off so much. You guys are going to be sick of me, okay? So TikTok does make it a little easier for people to enter the right. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. That's where, like, yeah, I agree. Like, it can kind of catapult things. Like, I use it to leverage things. Like, I'll tell people, hey, we're on YouTube. Come on over. Like, I'll do that with my Twitch and stuff. And I'll do the short form videos so that the more people follow me from the short form, they'll follow my lives, and then they'll come over, So it's all about that funneling, and you get used to that when you start content creating. But that's where TikTok can help, as long as you just really keep it kosher. And at this point, that's kind of what I'm just going to do. And I assume that'll just help me in the long run. But keeping it very PG and just letting people know that the real adult stuff is over on the adult platforms, I say do it. You guys are going to look over here. Oh, you made $100 yesterday? Hell yeah, dude. I hope things are going better with your, I don't know what you do, Instacart, DoorDash. I think you do Instacart, but sometimes things change. You never know. But I hope things are going better with that. I love that. Good knowledge is way more valuable than money. 100%. 100%. I agree. And right now, like, I bring up Mr. Beast. I don't follow his stuff. No, I don't know what he recently got into. Okay, people keep saying that, but I model my stuff after Mr. Beast. I'm convinced it's like Monsters, Inc. I think people can become rich by scaring people and making them fearful. Like Monsters, Inc. You can become rich. But I think by motivating, inspiring, spreading love, and helping people get through the darkest parts of themselves and creating that kind of thing is more of like at the end of Monsters Inc. when they are making the people laugh, and it creates more power actually than the negative fear, scary energy that they're doing. So they find that they can produce better power because the laughing, lasts a lot longer. And that's kind of literally what I correlate it to. I call it a Monsters Inc. theory. I don't know what else to call it, but it's my little theory with that. And that's kind of how I operate. And I think that's how people should operate. And a lot of people aren't. But if you remember who you are, you remember all the shit that you've been through and that you've gotten through so far and how fucking badass you are, you got to be your own hype man. I say it all the time. So I do that for myself. I hope you guys see that. I don't know. I prefer to lead by action. And that's why I talk to you guys a certain way, because that's literally how I talk to myself. When I say smack your ass and call yourself beautiful, you bet your sexy butt I am in that mirror smacking my ass, watching them cheeks jiggle and calling myself beautiful, okay? And you're damn fucking right, I believe it. So I hope to God you believe it when you do. And if you don't believe it right now, you will eventually believe it, okay? You got to love yourself, because people out here do not love themselves. They will be so quick to tear you down if you show weakness. Get on that road of loving yourself, because it's going to empower you to be better. And if I could do anything for people, I don't have money now, but I could help empower people and help them remember. A lot of people are letting like trauma and bad situations that happen to them tear them down. And when I hear it, I'm like, wow, look at what you fucking made it through, dude. Like, that is incredible. Look at what you can learn from this so that you don't have to repeat this. You don't deserve that. And a lot of people think that they deserve this harsh treatment, that they deserve this, like, woe is me, the universe hates me. But it's not that. It's meant to get you out of this, because you don't deserve that. So it's used as a catalyst. And I just want to help people in that way. And I would like to think that the finances will come with it. And then I can prove my point that if you operate out of love and just like you know, trying to be of service to others and whatever the words you want to apply to it, then that will be bringing the byproduct, which is the money, and that'll be coming in tenfold rather than when it would be coming in if I were, you know, scared and working a job. Of course, there's going to be money coming in, but it's not going to be as much. And the big people, they're also in those fearful states, but they're able to harness that darkness and like manipulate people in a sense. That's what I believe. So you can make money by manipulating and scamming people, but it's not going to always work out for you in the end. And most of the time it's going to crumble very much and very fast because, you know, what's in the dark comes to light kind of shit. So that's where like it might feel like when you're doing the right thing, you're getting the blunt end of the stick, but just hold to it because that's meant to work in your favor. Because the way I can describe it is, okay, bad people are always seeking to do bad things. Bad people are always in that mindset of, okay, people are always fucking me up, so I gotta outsmart them and fuck with them before they fuck with me. That is their mindset, okay? Good people don't think like that. Good people are thinking, how can I help others? What can I do to improve myself, etc., etc. So the bad people are going out and doing this stuff. But when it comes to you in a spiritual sense, you gotta think that the bad people you encounter in your life, they are having to sign like, yes, I'm a bad person in the spiritual sense, like energy wise, and they need to be into situations with good people to be that way usually, because good people are the one they're taking advantage of, right? So I'm going to say God, but it's God, whatever you want to apply this to. This is the best way I can get the analogy across, because I'm not a Bible thumper, but the analogies are really good in the Bible. But God needed them to sign on that dotted line that they were evil. They didn't make them do those evil things, but you know, that's what it is that they will continually do those bad, awful things because that's the way they are. That's who they are. It's the same thing I say when people drive crazy. Like, you might piss you off, but just be grateful you're not the one in the car wreck. That happens when it's going to happen, because that's what happens with shitty drivers, is eventually there's going to be a car wreck. Okay. It's the same thing with crappy people. Eventually there's going to be a car wreck. And in the spiritual sense, maybe through you, while you got the fucked end of the stick, that's instrumental in the energy world, to where they essentially signed their contract that, yes, I'm a shitty person and I'm going to sign here so that shitty things happen to me again. That's essentially what's happening. Okay. So that's why you cannot falter to that and be like, let me do shitty things to shitty people, because at the end of it, you don't know when it's going to work in your favor. So just keep being you, keep being growing and being the positive, as loving person as you can be, and don't let these fucking lower things get to you, okay? Because that's the whole point of it, is to keep you fear driven and everything, so that these big people can get money. They don't want you to know that on the other side is even more money than what they're getting. And that's what they can't figure out how to get, because I ask this all the time. How many of y'all need $80 billion to be happy? Most of you would be happy with $1 million. And I know that because that's how a lot of you guys are. I think you guys deserve more than that. But a lot of us would be happy to have $1 million, invest it, you know, put it the right way. We don't mind working. It's just something to make us comfortable, whatever, we can help the community. Most of us are like that, and maybe it's more, it doesn't matter. The fact is that you don't need even $1 billion. Maybe you need 10 million. That's fine. I think a lot of people could do a lot of good things with 10 million and not be selfish. You know, a lot of people have debt. A lot of people have medical shit. A lot of people need to get out of survival. So to me, I think, you know, they have a lot of trauma that they cannot get through. So they have so much trauma. Look at how many people they're exploiting. Look at how many people they're hurting, and they rest their head at night okay with that. And it's not, they are okay with it, but there's things in their life that they're struggling so much with that is why they're okay with that. And that's what people need to understand, that there is always two sides, you know. That's not the only side. It's not just the corporate greed. And this is the CIA and all this shit has proven like manifestation is real. And if you want a book, Psycho-Cybernetics, it's one of my favorite books. And it's like, it talks about the spiritual world, but in a quantum physics sense. And it talks about exactly what I talk about, like blending them all and why it works, why manifestation works. My dad studied the law of one, basically a service to others. Yeah. And I love that. I didn't even know that's what it was called. And I say that a lot in my YouTubes, because I'm like, you know, people will view you as selfish, but you're standing on boundaries. Maybe you didn't let someone get away with something. And while they view you as selfish, other people are viewing you as, damn, you're standing on business, you have boundaries, I respect that. And then they start learning boundaries from you. Maybe you embody who you are with how you look. And so you start inspiring people to look how they want to look, you know? So I always preach, like, be authentic, because while you might not right then think you're helping others, you are. The energy, how you walk, how you carry yourself, how you treat yourself after what you've been through, that can inspire people. There is one time when I was doing a car vlog, and there is a homeless man running across the street with his dog, and his dog was like trailing after him. And when he got after the crosswalk, he like jumped up and down with his dog, like, yeah, you did it. Yes, because they had to hurry. So, and that made my day so much. And like, that guy didn't even know I exist, but him just being himself literally made my day, to the point where I still remember it. Okay. So you never know, just by being you, who you're impacting, who you're making happy, and stuff like that, just by being you. And some people are like, oh, I'm ugly, I'm this and that. It doesn't matter. You could literally just, even being ugly, smelliest, whatever worst version of yourself, you still inspire people, believe it or not. And that's what you have to understand. Okay? No one is like the ultimate shittiest, shitty. Okay, actually there are some people, but it's not you guys. I know that for a fact. Good people only think that there is a guard for themselves. Good people only think that way as a guard for themselves, but don't use it as like a way to think they're getting. Exactly. Truth be told, I think the benefit of growing up Mormon is I grew up like learning that to be a service to others is like really just something fun, like something you should step up to the plate and do. And so that's kind of been habitual for me. So it's just fun to me, but I've learned that a lot of people will use good services to, manipulate people, and you have to have discernment. But the more I find that that's how my brain works, the fact that I am happy to do things for others, I've learned that, oh shit, that does get me the good thing in the end. I didn't even know that. That's so cool, because for a while it really felt like I was getting the shitty stick. No matter how good I was getting the shitty stick. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. But it's not about that, okay? You are doing good things, and it's being seen in an energetic sense. So just trust in that when the time is right, it's like the IOU from the universe. Like, it's kind of signing an IOU when something bad happens, because it's not really that you deserve that. It's just that it was like a catalyst for something to happen, and you'll see in a bit what that is. You know, we don't always know what's happening behind the curtain, but it makes sense when you connect things in due time. That reminded me of middle school when I was like 7th grade, when the OG Lego Star Wars came out. Yes, that was where I started too, was the Lego Star Wars. Oh, thank you, B9 Sky. Welcome in. I love this shoe. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Parts in a jar. Nice. Good advice. That's kind of what I felt like too. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like when I listened to their advice for content creating, it felt like it was really aimed towards neurotypical people, and it just never worked for me. So I decided to figure out like what worked for me, and in any way I can help people. Like, obviously the way I do my social media is not the way everybody wants to, but there's ways. If you want money, there's ways to make money. You know, there's lots of ways to make it. Like, maybe you like football. You can do highlight football clips and get your account to 10K, join the creator program, make 1-minute video of creator clips, and boom, you're making tons of money. So, like that guy, he made like a SpongeBob version with the talking fish who would like announce the news and stuff like that. There's so many ways you can go about it. And you just cater to what makes you you. What kind of things do you like? If you like SpongeBob, if you want to deliver the news that way, that would fit you. South Park would even be doable. That requires a little bit of like learning how to animate things, which Canva is a great website to like basic animation and stuff. But I personally don't think I deserve to be poor. I don't want to be poor. And with my illness, I really want to be able to make a lot of money. And I don't think money is just like from one source. And I think it's like in the air. I know that sounds crazy, but it's an energy. It's in the air. So the way you feel, I feel like I need a painting above a fireplace of Sir Beef with his arm on me, and like us just sitting there. Do I need like a cigar and like a roughly like, what do you call it? Like those like mid-century, like the ruffles, like the Shakespearean outfit, and he can wear like a king outfit and stuff with his arm on me. Anyway, So, but yeah, I didn't find that the advice from people like that helped me. And that's where I knew I could go viral, but what was it that was making me go viral? And what can I learn from this to help others who are in the same boat? And I think the benefit that I have with that is that I legitimately want people to win. Like other people making more money than me, having bigger followings than me doesn't, it means nothing to me. It means only like hell fucking yeah for you. I love that. You did that shit. So the benefit that I feel with my community that I build is like I will never say anything to undercut you. I see a lot of people do that because they don't want people to become successful, and that's why they'll sell it in a course or something like that. I want all of you to stop having to work for these shitty ass companies and work for yourself. That's really what I want because I think the world would be a better place for it. And I think people would be less mean to each other if they embodied who they truly were and didn't have any shame about who they were deep down. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do with my channel. And social media really helped me discover that. And I think, people can make a lot of money just by being happy. And people don't really believe that because they're so scared. They are scared. And I understand. I went through it too. But at a certain point, you just got to decide like, this is it. Like take that chance. And the universe will catch you. If you are banking, it's going to sound crazy. If you really want something like this and you think it's good for you, the intention that is there shows everything. But spend time with yourself, pray, meditate, whatever you want to call it. Internally, sit in the shower fully clothed with a beer listening Creed. I don't give a shit. Okay, however gets the thoughts flowing and gets them out, do it so that you can really see, is this what's going to make me happy? Do I feel like I could do this consistently? Is this sustainable? Okay. From there, just take that leap of faith. If you can answer yes to all of that, take the leap of faith because the universe is going to catch you. I swear to God. Okay. I literally started content creating. Granted, it was the spicy side, which men can do too, and it wasn't anything crazy. I do more crazy stuff now than when it started. Okay. So it's all about how determined you are to reach that goal. And if you're willing to get out of limiting beliefs and stuff like that. And if you feel called to do something, just do it. I literally just left a job and just decided to start content creating. I was taking heavy amounts of chemo. I was dating a really shitty dude me for money. He would not work. I was cooking from scratch while barely able to walk. And then it was worse because everything, my ankles, every joint was flamed up. So it was too much going on and I just needed some sort of reprieve. And I knew I wanted like a easier life. Like I wanted that life where I could just go out, wake up and do whatever I wanted and be able to pay for food and not be stressed about money and stuff like that. So I'm almost there. I still am stressed with funds and stuff. I don't focus on that because both things are imaginary. Being rich is imaginary, but lacking funds is imaginary. Okay, you are putting yourself in a present or in a future that you can choose which future to put yourself in, right? But you're choosing to put yourself into the negative one because it's habitual. It's habitual to think like that. So that's where, like, you got to start with telling yourself good things. When you catch a negative thought, instantly you got to think of something good, even if it's fucking brownies or puppies. You just got to switch from the negative to positive and create that habitual thinking for yourself. But I honestly, it's very easy to go viral, but it's step by step. It's not, it can be overnight. If you take what I'm saying and just like apply it immediately to yourself, literally go viral overnight. I really started going viral just because I started saying stupid shit. I'm funny and I just say the funny things. And at first I just thought I was funny to myself. But then I realized other people thought I was funny. And I was like, oh shit, that's cool as fuck. So I started going viral for that. And, I just like to say funny things to make people laugh because I know there's a lot of shit going around in this world. And if I could be a place that gives some sort of weight off their shoulders, even for that second, that I'm happy to do that because it's nothing to me. It's an exchange that makes me even happier, knowing that I made you laugh, knowing that, for a second you forgot about the stresses and was able to laugh. That exchange in general is so great to me. So that's where, like, I think just the way I view things is different, and it puts a little more depth to social media because some people start social media just for the money, and it is about the money. I want the money too, but you can't watch the boiling pot. It's literally just forever. So the money is going to happen. Okay, the pot's going to boil. going to take it to get there. The good things that are being, the consistent heat, what's going to apply the consistent heat, okay? Hypothetically for your life, it's going to be those things that make you happy. Sports, makeup, food, whatever the hell, whatever you do on a daily basis that you think you could do, you know? And it could be literally anything. It doesn't have to be any crazy content creating stuff, you know? Now I only get into that because I like video editing and stuff, but it doesn't have to be anything crazy. As a matter of fact, more of the simple ideas that I do go viral. More of the dumb anecdotes that I come up with, the quick ones that are so stupid, like those are the ones that go viral. It's ridiculous. Like I'll put a lot of effort into my videos and they'll get like 10, 20, maybe 75K views. Sometimes like a couple 100,000. But the ones that go viral are the stupid ones. Like I remember one where I was like, I only drink boba because I miss the feeling of balls in my mouth. Anyway, inappropriate, yes I know, but very funny. And it just was random because I was drinking boba and it just came to me and I video recorded it and posted it. And that went viral. I think it hit like 2 million. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, so it's always the things that really just stem from you, but are the ones that just, it's so random. It really is. So, you know, I just say it's always an up and down, but those up and downs become less when you kind of find what's for you. You know, for me, I figured out, okay, I like streaming. I want to make money from streaming. I like TikTok, so I'll still make short form TikToks. And that helps with getting my traffic in. And then on top of that, the stuff that I like to do, like eating and stuff, that's what my content revolves around: cooking, aesthetics, clothing, whatever it might be, podcast, advice, whatever. Make it a shirt. I should. I'll sell it on the shop. So I'll see what Kayla can do. I'll have to draw up something. I still need to. I think we'll launch my a new clothing line because hopefully by then I had some merch, but I don't have the money to buy in bulk, and I need to buy in bulk because she is so sporadic with her order times because she's got a lot of kids, she's got a lot of shit going on, so it's always like orders are delayed and stuff. So I don't blame her. You know, she does bulk much better. So I want to buy bulk from her because she'll just make a whole bunch in one sitting, and that works for me. She has great quality products. So I think before Black Friday is when we'll have a new line. It'll still have the old stuff. Hopefully it'll be cheaper, so that way it'll be in bulk so I can lower the price. But I think we'll have a few shirts with like the dogs, some cartoon versions of me, and then we'll put some funny sayings that I do on some shirts and sweatshirts and stuff, and you guys can have at it. Been manifesting since a kid, did not know what it was at the time. Agreed. And now that like I now know, it's like holy shit. That's where I talk about like I look back on things and see that, oh my god, it's connecting. Like I was a very intuitive child, you know, and I think a lot of us are. I think that's the whole point of the system, is that we all are very intuitive, and the point of the system is for you to doubt that, for you to put that aside and just go with what everybody's doing because that's how you're going to make a living. But it's not true. If you realize like you were manifesting as a kid or you're intuitive as a kid, that's still in you, and you got to deprogram yourself to get that out of you. And that's just what I'm here for, is to help people recognize that for real. We need a bikini haul for me. When you pay my rent, Cash App, link in my bio. 2,500. Well, we're actually at 2,400. Yay! So I gotta pay for a rent, and then I gotta pay for a lawyer. So you guys are gonna see me raising money tomorrow and the rest of the week for rent and a lawyer. So legitimately, on an all serious note, if you want to contribute, feel free to donate $1, $2, 50 cents, whatever. Some people donate pennies. It all goes to the same thing. I'm very grateful for all of it. So if you want to, there's a link in my bio you can contribute to. There's spicy stuff. So if you're interested in bikini stuff, you can find pictures of that kind of shenanigans on Patreon and OF. And that contributes to rent and helping me get a lawyer this week. I need to get a lawyer on Tuesday. So the consult is $300. So that's my goal. I used to stress about it. It is a little stressful thinking about, but I'm just going to trust in the process. And you guys are new on YouTube, so you guys will see how the process goes. So if you're interested in streaming, you'll see kind of how I do it. I know all streamers do it a little differently. I just prefer to do it this way because it helps me keep track and stuff. What are some things creators should watch for, like stuff you should absolutely avoid? To be honest, it's different per platform. As you know, TikTok. TikTok. It's all about appeasing the TikTok gods. So very PG. But I really just say focus on yourself. Don't. Right now, I have a problem with. My focus is a little distracted because I have these girls who are like big influencers, like 11 million followers or like 600,000 and stuff. And they'll see my page and copy my aesthetic or like get inspo from how I decorate or my aesthetic and just continually use me for inspo, but they won't tag me. And I'm really irritated about it. I talk about it, from time to time. And I think, that goes along with not focusing on the haters. Just, you'll probably run into that when you become a creator. You'll probably run into people who you notice are using your page and copying your ideas. You can take it as flattery or you can block them. But in my opinion, don't spend too long dwelling on it. I'll think about it and I'll talk about it and then I'll move on from it. So to me, I have a very specific process, but for other people, it looks different. So just don't linger too long on, haters or people that are, because it distracts you from what you're doing, and just stay focused on what you're doing. What you're doing is good enough, even in your beginning stage, because your beginning stage is adding to the success that you'll have at the end of it. And you just got to believe in yourself, just like manifestation. You just got to keep being like, yeah, I deserve that shit. People love me and I'm going to get this because I'm being me. And I know there's tons of people who could relate to that because you're very unique, but everybody has tons of people that could relate to them and they could aspire. They just don't know that because they haven't put themselves in the light to be inspiring people. And even though when you have haters, they're inspired by you. Okay. People wouldn't be copying my makeup. People wouldn't be whatever if they weren't inspired by me. They wouldn't be following, So when that happens to you, just, oops, TikTok banned me. Anyway, so when that happens, see, I don't even know what the fuck. So when that happens, just know that means you're onto something, I want to see what the hell that was about. And this is why I have 2 TikTok accounts as well. Because I don't even know what the hell that was about. Kenny, welcome in. Sexual activity and services? What in the world? That's how I know there's someone watching. Because I feel like they're just sitting there waiting for me to say something. But that's exactly why I don't go on TikTok live. We're actually going to go on my other account though. But I know. That's what I mean. Like, I see girls talk about this stuff easily. But that's where I feel like there's someone in my account, but TikTok doesn't let me see it. And if they report my stuff, then they should just really not allow that person to be on my account anymore. So, and that's how I know, because like YouTube like hasn't done anything. And that's why I know, like, I'm not saying anything crazy bad. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm not doing anything. Nothing too crazy, But TikTok is that strict. It's either someone reporting me or what I do think. I know that I'm permanently shadow banned on this account. And I notice like any slightest, like even if I cough a certain way, I'll get in trouble for the drugs and stuff like that. Because they think I'm like coughing from smoking. If I like light anything, I have to mute it, even if it's a candle, because they think I'm lighting my pipe. And so it's like that. I don't know if someone's watching and then like hitting report the second I do it, or if it's because I'm shadow banned and they have that AI shit that keeps an eye out for it. You know what I mean? So there's women that do yoga right in front of the screen and have the. I know, literally. That's what I don't understand. So I'm like, that's why I think it's either. And I started a new account, so we'll see how my new account goes. But I've got mad haters on TikTok, to be honest. I don't think it's an AI thing. I think it's someone watching my account just continually reporting it, but I don't know. That's all I can say. But case example, why I don't feel welcome on TikTok. But thank you for all the likes on here, you guys. I don't know if likes matter on here. So I appreciate those who have been liking my stuff. Some haters are probably mass reporting. So how does that go? Can you explain that to me? Does that mean they get people to come in and report it, or what? Like, what does that mean? Because I still don't get it. But like, that's what I mean. Like, there was 6 people in my audience on TikTok because people will continue to report until my audience tanks. So that's how I can tell when people are in there reporting my shit, because it'll go from like 87, 100, and then just tank. Because times when I think the haters aren't on there is when like it'll maintain like 60 to 100 to even 200. But I haven't had that in a long time because of how shadow banned I am. Have a good night, Queen. You too, James. Trolls, right? How do you feel about YouTube and Twitch? I like both. I like YouTube and Twitch. As you can see, I'm not a fan of TikTok. I like it for the short form, but in general, I don't even like it for the short form because I have these big TikTokers who like to copy me but never want to tag me in inspo. So they just sit there and stalk my account, and I feel like the odd kid out again. And where I'm trying to grow as a creator, and like everybody is so happy to collab with everyone, but the second you're like an underdog, like I have like 300 on my other account and like 38,000 on this one, so like that's still underdog. The second you're an underdog, they don't get clout from you, so they're not going to tag you, and they also don't want you taking their clout or whatever because they are already taking inspo from you, so they know that you will, and they're threatened by that. So that's what TikTok has been for me. It's either guys who only follow for thirst traps and they don't want to hear me talk about real shit that's going on in the world, or call out like behaviors and toxicity and shit, or it's girls who copy me and then report me and then make fun of me and stuff like that. And I don't know. And like I said, trolls can come in and say the meanest shit, but the second I read it out loud, like I will get banned for that. So I'm like, how are they allowed to say it? But for me, like, and then I see people talking about people on streams even worse than I do. Like, I try to be very careful about how I talk about people in general, because I think there's a fine line of like gossip versus like talking about what they did, right? So I try to, make sure I'm on that line in general. But I see people fall on gossiping and like cussing out like people on live, and I'm like, what? How are you getting away with that, dude? So I don't understand why the platform works that way for me. But I felt always at home on Twitch. YouTube, I've been liking, because the videos that I post, it's just kind of stuff that I like to post, and I'm surprised that people are even watching it. But people watch it and enjoy it, and I'm grateful for that, because it's really just videos that are, centered around what makes me happy, what I want to talk about, what I want to do, whatever. And I didn't think that people would really care too much about that if it wasn't short form, but the fact that people do, because a couple of my friends, they were like, "You're so YouTube." I'm like, I don't even know what that means. They're like, "You would do so good on YouTube." I'm like, nah. Because like I've been posting my stuff, but like never took off on YouTube, right? So I'm like, nah, if it was meant to be, then it would have already happened. But I was like, well, I don't really I just dump. Like I'll have a day where I just dump all my content in there one day. I don't really do it for people to watch it. It's for like a saving, like cloud storage essentially. And now I'm like, okay, well, now that I know about algorithms more and, how to do things like that, hashtags and things, like I think I have the ability to grow on YouTube now. And like I said, I've seen so many other creators. Will Survives, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's one of the creators where he left TikTok and he was like, fuck you guys on TikTok. You guys fucking suck. And I was like, whoa, damn, that's a little mean. What? Rude. And I was like, wow. And he's like, I'm leaving TikTok because y'all are bitches. No, now I get it. I agree. I agree. I get it now. And I'm about to make the same fucking video, because for real, like, they suck. They really do. It's just full of insecure people who just want to compete and are trying to step on each other to get to the top and be a micro celebrity. And I don't care to be a micro celebrity. I just care to help people and reach people that need the help. And that's a lot of people. Okay. YouTube has much better bitrate. What does that mean, Kenny? What do you need? You can't be hungry because I fed you a few hours ago. You rocked the boat. Thank you, B9. Has everyone hydrated? Yes, I've been hydrating. I need to eat, but I'll eat later. I gotta get my smoothie in me. I gotta do another video. It's gonna be a late night. I had some coffee, so It's gonna be late night. I have to do a food video, and then still gotta eat my salad and do a salad mukbang video, and then eat salad and make a smoothie. And I think they have to eat again. I fed them late at like 2, but I think it might be okay enough to feed them a small dinner before bed. But I've only had coffee today. Dude, coffee today was such a fucking hassle. I go to Dunkin', and it's really hard for me to get in and out of the car. Like, when I start walking, it gets warmed up and a little less gimpy. But when I get up right away, it hurts really bad still. So, like, getting out of the car and just walking into places is very difficult, so I go through the drive-thru right now. When it gets better, then I don't mind walking to places. But the one I go to, the drive-thru was closed, so I go to the one that's a little further, which I like that one because the address is 3333. I'm like, ooh, angel numbers, you know. But I go to that one, and the fucking lady in front of me took like half an hour. She like kept returning her food to the drive-thru. I guess it wasn't good enough or something. Maybe she ordered specific donuts. I don't know. But dude, I sat there for like half an hour for my coffee. I wanted to cry when I got it. I don't know why. I was emotional. I was upset. Why didn't you guys just tell her to go through? You know, it's so funny. I was thinking this on the way home. It is so funny to me that the dispensary has figured out better line systems than fast food. The fucking stoners have figured out better line systems than fast food people. Riddle me that, firstly. Because people in fast food, people in dispos, you have an online order or you're coming in. So they have 2 different lines. So if you have a pickup order, then, you know, you go through a different line and it makes it faster. So this line is just one line. They closed off one lane. So it's just one line. And now I'm waiting behind this lady. I'm like, why didn't you fucking just tell her to go the fucking side, dude? I'm sitting here for half an hour. Literally 3 people came in behind me and backed out and left. I was the only one there because I made an online order. So I was like, well, I just got to sit here and fucking wait for it anyway, you know? But getting coffee was such a pain in the ass this morning. But it's okay. I ordered some coffee, so I'll start making coffee at home. And hopefully that'll help my joints be video quality. Okay, cool. Keyboard warriors and bots. Hold on, I missed this comment. They're reporting till your account gets. Let me get other people to join. See, that's where I think, like, if TikTok was really for the creator, if you reported me, like, it would be smart that you just never see my content again, right? Obviously, there's a reason you reported it. So I think, like, you should only be able to report someone once, and you're removed from their page. I don't think mass reporting should be able to be a thing unless, like, of course, when they get other people to do it, you know? Attention denied. I know, he does this. I wish I knew what he wanted when he does this, but he went out before this. They had dinner or like a lunch breakfast recently. So I'm like, I'm not really sure what you need. But yeah. Anywho, thanks y'all for being a part of my YouTube community. I'm very grateful for y'all. You have no idea. Thank you. I know some of the shit I say is crazy, but I like to think. I like to think outside the box. I like to use my imagination. You know, I like to think of the what ifs. I know, what? What's going on? What are you trying to tell me? He wants loving. Hello from Puerto Rico. Hello. This chat is from... I'm in the U.S. Look at his little eyes. They're so cute. The way it's so funny because he actually, as a baby, he was the only one that like did that like puppy eye where like he looks up at me instead of like looking up. He was the only one who did that, but the other dogs learned it from him, so now they all do that like very puppy dog eye look, you know. But yeah, so welcome in, y'all. We got some Creed playing in the background. Oh, where did you get your dogs from? All over the place. Look at me. Yeah, all over the place. I've had them for quite a while. He's the youngest, and I think he's 3, turning 4 next year. Wait, how old are you? So I have a pup here that's 11. So I've always wanted dogs as a kid. I've always wanted to own a farm as a kid. And so I suspect there will be quite a few animals in my lifetime. Do you see what's happening back there? It's crazy. You guys be nice. Anywho, I have to go to the Asian market tomorrow. Oh my god. I'm gonna try pickled garlic for the first time. What's he doing? Anyway, I was gonna make mochi ice cream tomorrow, but I don't have an ice cream maker. I need to buy one, so I think I'm gonna wait till my court thing is done. Because I really need. Spudgy's blood work is on Friday. That's like $250. My court thing is on Friday, so I have to get a lawyer on Tuesday, and the consult itself costs $300. So I hope he'll take it pro bono. And be able to win in my favor so that they can pay the attorney fees. Stop it! Hey, beef! Don't get them riled up. Spudgy! Oh my god. Hey, where are you? Stop it. Go lay down. Go on. Spudge, go. So there's a lot going on this week, so they're gonna start this shit again. Be nice. I'm refraining from being stressed. I actually feel very neutral about all this. I kind of just don't give a shit. That's where I'm at. Like, you ever hit that stress phase where you're just like, yeah, well, at this point, it really seems like everything's out of my control, and I'm just gonna say fuck it. That's where I'm at. But we'll be able to get mochi ice cream made next weekend. I want to make it a very specific way, so that's why I gotta wait. So this is only relevant if you've been watching my YouTube videos, because I said I was gonna post my mochi ice cream video, but I plan on getting things sorted out on Friday, but they moved my stuff to trial, so now whatever money I earn is going to go towards a lawyer after I earn rent. So if that wasn't the case, then I would have obviously bought an ice cream maker. So because I want to make my own ice cream for it, a little healthier for myself, so I can indulge a little more. But this weekend, you guys should be getting 2 cooking videos regardless. Well, I'm going to make one tomorrow, so you might get it tomorrow night or Monday, depending on when it uploads. But I'm making one tonight, and I'll upload it tomorrow. And, yeah. So, I'm trying to get these food videos done so I can start the new list of foods. Because the holidays are coming up. There's certain things I want to make. Lots of different treats. Because I want to send out, like, goodie bags for the people on my Twitch and stuff, who've been like my OG Twitch TikTok people. So I guess since there's like a small crowd, it'd probably be some of you guys in here as well, the newbies on YouTube. Depends on how regular you are, I would say, because really a lot of the people are new and they're just very consistent. Stop it. No, so loud. I have 2 cats. I have 4 dogs. I don't know what the hell's going on back here. Spidey's being all crazy down here. I'm watching them. Relax. You don't need to be so mean. I know. You're fine. Oh, come on up. Go ahead. Come on. Do it. Come on. Wish you were here. This is Spudgy. Your paw's itchy. Ooh. Wish you were here. Odin. Get away from him if you don't like him right now. You sound like you're not enjoying his company, so leave him alone. This is Spaggy. She's the one that needs blood work on Friday because she has a surgery coming up the end of September because she has like a little cancerous cyst that they want to remove. I refuse to believe it's cancer. She's too cool for that. But it's a cyst that keeps growing nonetheless. So this is Spudgy. You can kind of see it. Oh, let's try to show them. Oh, do you see it on the side right there? That little lumpy lump. So she's got to get a lumpectomy. So she's 11 years old. She was my very first puppy. So I love her so much. These dogs have literally saved me from yeeting myself many times. If it weren't for them, I would not be here. I give them all the credit. They inspire me every day to keep living. And I love them. You're just a little sunshine. Right? You got hair in your eye. It's kind of gross. It's grossing me out. It's freaking me out. Oh, how do you not feel that? Ugh. So, funny story. Odin, he's a bigger Pomeranian than Spudgy. So Odin, one time, so obviously he has one eye, right? I took him to the vet one time because his third eyelid, which I didn't know he had because I'd never seen it, but that inner eyelid that they have, it was like halfway closed and it's freaking me out. And I was like, oh my God, you only have one eye. Like, let me get you to the vet and figure out what's happening, you know? And when I got to the vet, they put us in a room, and upon further inspection, it was just a hair in his eye. But dude, on God, I swear to God, the fucking vet that came in was on coke. I shit you not. Because it was like emergency. It was like 2, 3 a.m. So, but he came in jacked up. And he's like all hyper. He's like, ugh, you know? And he like, I just remember him like doing his hand sanitizer like really fast. I was like, are you okay? You know what's going on? And so he puts Odin on the table. And he's like, oh yeah, no, this is not good. He's like feeling his back legs. He's like, yeah, his knees are like inverted. And I'm like, what? Is he a bird? What do you mean inverted? Like what? And he's like, yeah, that's gonna need surgery. And he's like, let me look in his eyes. Like I would looked in his eye and I think there's actually just a hair in it. Like, knock it off. And I was like, I think there's just a hair in it. And he's like, why would there be a hair in his eye? As he's like hugely fluffy. I don't know. Why would there be a hair in his eye? Doctor, vet, whatever you want to fucking go by. And he's like, he's looking in his eye. He's like, yeah, he might have an ulcer in his eye. And I'm like, bro. Next thing you're going to tell me that he needs like brain surgery or some shit. Like, it feels like you're just going to like tell me any illness to make me pay something. And he was like so like out of like, ugh, you know, jittery. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to take my dog back home. No, I do not watch anime, which is so funny because a lot of people, when they come in, they call me some. It's always a new anime name. There's some that they repeat, but people always come in and they say, "Oh, blah 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 blah," and I'm like, I don't. That looks like anime. I don't know anime, but it looks like an anime name. I'm not familiar with whatever it is, but I get called anime character names all the time. I don't know who it is, but there's many of them. The last anime I watched was like Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon. You know, as a kid, I still watch Pokemon. I like Pokemon. Pets are so cute. We love them so much. Me too. What breeds are your dogs? So Spudgy is a Pommy teacup Chihuahua mix. That's her. She's a teacup Chihuahua mix with a Pommy. Odin is a Pommy. Odin's the fluffy one. He's the purebred one. Costs the most. The dumbest one out of all of them, funny enough. Beef, he's like a husky mix. He's got like Shiba, Akita, Lab. Shredder, I have 4 dogs. Shredder's a black lab, like an English shepherd mix. So, they're my best friends. I don't really like anime. I find it's like hypersexualized and stuff, and I don't really like stuff like that. What I really wish they would do is like make like cooking shows in anime. You know, like Cutthroat Kitchen and stuff like that. Like if they made that in anime form, no sexualness to it, no sexual undertone. I just like the way anime food looks like, you know. So I just really wish that they would make like a food one. And people suggest Studio Ghibli, but I don't want to watch a plot line. I just want to watch anime food being made. You know, right? What do you think? I think you're so cute. My little Spudgy. You're so cute. So the vet prescribed them like toothpaste because she's got a lot of tartar buildup. And I'm trying to get the least amount of teeth extracted because when she does her surgery, they're going to do a teeth cleaning, which sometimes, like when you're an older dog, that can just come out. The teeth can come out if they have to scrape too much tartar and it's like too loose or whatever, it can come out. So I'm trying to clean up the tartar for them as much as I can. For Spudgy anyway. Odin just recently got some tooth extractions. They're both the oldest though, so it makes sense. But for her, I'm trying to get it cleaned up. But the toothpaste they gave is like, it smells so good. It's like vanilla mint. So I brush their teeth every night and their breath smells so vanilla minty. It's so cute. But it's actually nice because it doesn't smell like, you know, doggy breath. I don't know what they're doing back there. There's Food Wars anime, but it can get a little weird, too weird. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I just wish, like, I like the anime style. Like, I like the Studio Ghibli style, but I wish it was just food related only. And I love cooking shows. Like, you know, it could be a little theatrical. If you guys have ever seen Iron Chef, you know how he's a little theatrical with the Asian kind of demeanor, like how they, you know how like the anime is, the demeanor of how they talk and stuff like that. It's a bit theatrical like that. So I could see like something like Iron Chef being very good in the anime world. I just wish there wasn't so many things with like, you know, sexualized undertones. Right. To watch anyway. You guys will come to learn. I literally watch the same things over and over. I can't remember. So for a bit, I was watching Parks and Rec like nonstop. That was earlier last year, and then this year I've been just watching King of the Hill nonstop. Occasionally I'll switch like American Dad, but I really just like watching informational stuff or just like a repeat. So it's either Bob's Burgers, Parks and Rec, The Office, King of the Hill. American Dad is off and on sometimes. That's pretty much the shows that I cycle through. I don't really watch anything else. I'm very picky about what I watch because I really believe media, you know, impacts the things we think about and say to ourselves and worry about and stuff like that. Cooking is like a little puzzle. Delicious and Dungeon is great. What is that? Is that an anime? Cooking anime? Anywho, thanks for the people who've been watching. I appreciate it. Oh, Spudgy, you're so cute. Oh, you're just so cute. I love you so much. Oh my god. You're so cute, Spudge. Oh, hi, Shredder. Your Shredder. Oh, Shredder. Oh, wait, Shredder, come here. I don't think they can really see you. Come here, Shredder. Come this way. Shredder, where are you? Oh. Hey, that's not for you. Yes, it's on Netflix. I'm ready for more episodes. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Mm-hmm. But I know you were just like me with someone disappointed in you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry, Teddy. I'm not disappointed in you ever, dude. I love you so much. As a matter of fact, you're the best. You're so good at being you. You're the best at being a little puppy. I don't even know how you do it so well. It's like you were born to be a puppy. It's like you were just born. You know what's so endearing about pets? If you believe that people choose their path, then pets definitely choose their path. And it's even more endearing to know that they chose their path to be specifically with me. And I wish they knew how important they were to my life because I do not want to exist without them, you know? But the fact that they chose to be instrumental to so crazy me, how kind. I'm honored. You believed in me? Did you quit your job and went full-time? Yeah. But like I said, I did have that buffer where I was able to utilize the OF. But you could do anything. So like maybe, you know, you have a lot of tools. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, so this is just like, it's gender neutral because this is something I want to do. So rich people, I furnished my whole last apartment with just going to the rich side of town, and rich people put stuff on the side of the road for people to pick up. They do that because it's really not worth their time. It's like 100, 200 bucks, maybe 50 bucks. And while a lot of us don't have that all the time, or that matters more to us, I guess, you know, if anything, um, it's not worth their time to even list it to sell. So they'll put it on the side of the road and you can go pick it up. You can wash it off, you know, fix it up a little bit and just resell it. Stage the photo. Look up how to stage photos for like Facebook Marketplace and stuff. There's not too much into it, but there's ways to stage it much like a house to make it people imagine what they can use it for, right? So, and that's just by using stuff in your home. Simple as that. So you could do that, you know, and you can use social media for that, and you know, show people how you do the process and everything. Set up the camera, you know, and use that as a daily content thing. Or daily content is going to go look for stuff in the rich neighborhoods, and you can film that. And then what comes from it is what people can buy off of your website, whatever. So it's literally like there's so many opportunities out there. And I did just quit because it was pretty much like I was really sick. I was taking chemo really bad amounts, and I was drinking heavy alcohol, which I obviously you shouldn't drink and have meds, but for some reason it didn't click to me that it really mattered. But definitely with those combinations, shouldn't have been doing it. So I was really sick, and so to me, I just really, it was no option. It wasn't. There was. I quit my job. I quit the medicine. I kicked my boyfriend out and told him to get the fuck out, move back home. So he moved back. Like it was just a quit of everything. I'm not saying everyone should do that. So if you don't feel called to do that, you know, go in the pace that you can, because you most certainly can incorporate social media into your daily life, even if you work. Maybe you plan on leaving. You know, you can do a vlog. You could be like, I actually plan on leaving this job, and I want to start creating TikTok. And you're going to get a lot of hate, you know, regardless. But for that, you're going to get a lot of people who get a job, blah, blah. Listen, in my mind, I don't have a college degree. And even if you have a college degree, a lot of people aren't using their college degrees. Most jobs you're not going to be making $10K a month with. Social media, if you really figure out how to use it in your advantage, you can be making 10, 20, 50K months. Literally, people are doing it left and right. Okay, it's not just limited to the upper class people anymore. So, Shredder! Hi! Just trying to show the YouTube people that. This is Shredder. Ow, my finger. You can barely see him, but he's a baby. A baby boy. Yeah. So for me, it was kind of like I felt like I had no option. I felt like I was so sick I couldn't keep working the normal jobs. I needed to stop my medicine. I needed to stop the job. I needed to kick out that dude just to focus on my health. So that's kind of what it was. So for me, I was so dedicated to focusing on my health that I was willing to do anything, not anything, but you know, I was willing to do OF. So that was fine for me. I never minded taking cutesy pictures, and people are going to sexualize me regardless. So at least I can get paid for it. So Odin, be nice. I'm getting tired of it. I'm just scared of comments. I try to get over it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know, for a bit I felt the need to explain myself, but at this point I don't. I personally have never cared what people do online to make money. Like I said, there's a lady who sells farts in a jar. I say fucking hell yeah. Okay. So people will get mad at you because you're supposed to play by the rules that they're playing by, so that you can get money. And most people struggle to ask for help, so they don't want to let people know their situation and why they need money. So they just think they got to go figure it out. And for me, there was a point where I really needed help. I needed to ask for help because otherwise I'd be homeless. With my health and everything, foster care, I don't have like an immediate source of family to run to and stuff, you know. And even friends, they have their own life, kids, everything. I'm not going to bring 4 dogs and like, you know, whatever like that. So I really try to figure shit out on my own. But for a while, it really irritated me how bigoted people are. But they're going to be. They're going to be. Just ignore those comments and let the haters bring in the other haters, because what I've learned is when I don't respond to the haters, at the end of the day, you just care about views, okay? I care about views, but in an authentic way. So some people don't. Some people do clickbait, but it's really just all about views because views equal money. So, some people, you know, can't help themselves, but at the end of the day, the views help you get money and they're watching your stuff and they're bringing in other haters to watch your stuff. So just know that misery loves company. And I always tell people that I run into on social media, you will never catch me going into someone's live, going into their comments and being like, ew, what is that outfit? Ew, girl, that does not work for you. Or like, get a job or like whatever. Okay. Because I understand that people, they're doing what makes them happy, and that shouldn't be a threat to people. But so many people do things that make them miserable. That you doing anything that makes them happy, makes you happy, is just like so annoying to them. And the fact that you're even remotely successful is even more annoying. So you're gonna get the hate comments. At this point in the game, I've warned the people, like Joe is part of my main people. Kenny, you know, they're part of like the people that I started with, and I literally let them know, like, hey guys, at this point, I'll respond to you guys in, you know, stream and stuff, but I am not answering comments on my videos anymore. I've noticed the big people don't do it, and I kind of get why now, because you know, people are going to argue over such insignificant things. You could be so good looking and they'll find, like, for instance, I posted a video where I looked so fucking cute and some dude just was finding a problem with something he wanted to, because whatever. So he commented on the screw that was in my chair that was like a little out because it's too long, and like being super critical about that. Do I care? No. But it's fucking annoying because people are like that. When their own inner world is disrupted by seeing you, they're gonna move on, or they're gonna say something. The people that hate on you, that can't move on, you got to understand that they aren't emotionally able to regulate themselves, and that's the way they emotionally regulate, by spewing that garbage out. And it's essentially like getting those icky thoughts out. It sucks that you're the scapegoat for it, but you can't control them. And faking who you are and being true to who you are, both will get haters. So you might as well be true to who you are, because that's more sustainable day in and day out. You know, every day you can wake up as you. Some days you not might be the most perfect version, and that's what I try to post about. Like, even when my joints are bad, I'm not like exactly posting the greatest content that I want to right now, but I want to show up every day and show up imperfectly, so that you guys can see that I'm not perfect, because I'm not trying to give this idea that I'm perfect, you know. But the comments, it's just miserable people, and if you let it get to you, it will get to you, because I can't say it's deterred me from. People comment all the time how they hate my makeup, my eyebrows, my hair, or whatever. I look weird. I had some dude share my picture into like a crackhead page, and which was actually nice, because A, that got me a lot of subs. B, people came for him, because obviously I don't do that stuff. I smoke weed, but to me, there's a real big difference in people who smoke to get high, and a big difference for people who medically need it. But other substances, I don't go near. I have no interest. But people were dragging him left and right in the comments after he posted that. So that's where I say, like, just keep your integrity. People are going to act based on who they are, and that's not who you are. So there's a big difference. And they might be so lost in their bigotry that they won't understand right then. But that situation is going to come back in many different forms until they learn the lesson. They're going to repeat it, right? And once they learn the lesson, they're going to sit there and be like, huh, I remember I was a real big dick to that guy, and I was like, I probably shouldn't have done that, you know? So that's where it's happened to myself. I've been a dick to people, and I've ate my words or something like that. You know, and it's just a reminder to be more compassionate and less judgmental towards people. You aren't perfect. You're not meant to be. You're going to make mistakes. Be okay with that. Give yourself some grace. You know, if you're not any shitty or anything like that, because you're making a mistake. If you sit down and take accountability, yeah, I fucked up, and then you move on and try to do better, then you're fucking good in my book. And sometimes we don't do better right away. You know, sometimes we give chances to people who don't deserve it, because we see the good in them. And that's, once again, a view on who you are internally. So don't let people get that out of you in a different way. You know, don't let them have you step out of character. It's like, you know, your haters want you to lose. You don't want them to win. So showing them that you're upset or anything, and it's not even showing them, just generally not being upset, knowing that they're projecting and that they must be hella fucking miserable. Like, I had girls who would sit there and comment on all my selfies, and they would follow everything I do on Facebook. They refused to block me, but they would comment on all my selfies, but they didn't follow me. So it's like, I know they came to my page and was watching my every move. You got to understand that people are doing that because you're doing something that's they wish they could do. You don't have to be the hottest person in the world. You don't have to have the biggest ass. You don't have to have the fucking coolest car, the most money. Sometimes you're just doing something because you're like, I want to do it and I'm going to do it. Some people can't do that. Some people have to sit there and get external validation from everyone before they do it. And they're looking at you like you just did it. And that might threaten them. It literally does not always mean physically that you are threatening them. That's where for me, like, I know I threaten a lot of girls because a lot of girls thrive on male validation and I don't give a shit about any kind of validation, male or female, alien. Well, I care about my dogs. That's the only ones. But other than that, you know, people are going to act on who they are, and you got to keep in mind who you are. So it's really all that is. And when you see a bad comment, just know that that's reflective of what their life is like. They could have the big car, they could have whatever, but whatever you're portraying is a threat to them because they don't have that. And the big house, I mean, fancy car. So you'll see them, and you get to decide how you can take them. So you can let them. If you follow me on TikTok, you'll see. But I'm about to do some videos that are inspired by my haters. So you can use your haters for inspo. You know, they're always consuming your content, so they're helping you in a way. So if you reframe it in a good light, but it takes a bit. It's not instant, but when you step into the journey, knowing that you can do it that way, it makes it a lot easier. So just laugh it off. You know they're miserable. There's no way someone who's right in their mind is going to go troll people because of whatever these people are talking about, So, Mike, welcome in and thank you. Yeah, they're just idiots though. I hate being sick. Take care of yourself. I agree. Good night, Kenny. Thanks for popping in. I hope you have a good night. Sleep well. I'll be on tomorrow, so hopefully we see you tomorrow, but if not, have a good weekend. Appreciate you. Hope that bed's treating you well. What keeps you motivated? The fact that I want a restaurant. I don't want to die. I want to prove something, I guess. I don't want to die not. So, and I'm so sick of people being miserable. And I think that's what pisses me off more is like the fact that there's people who really let misery ruin them, and they don't have to do that. They think that's the only choice, but that's not the only choice. But it's because they don't know the path is like maybe overgrown with weeds. They can't see it. They don't know that there's a path alternate to what they're taking, So I really want this restaurant, and I think in getting my restaurant, I've wanted it since I was 6. Like that in itself will prove to people, like, put your mind to it, despite illness, whatever, you'll find a way. Trust in a bigger source, because that source is really you internally, but you got to connect. You got to connect the two, right? So, because we're all connected. So that's what it has to be, is like the unity between those. Right. But pretty much just like wanting that restaurant and wanting to prove this point so that when I die, like these videos will still be available. And I don't know if I'll become a big person. I would like to think I would, but if I weren't, then I still know that I'm impacting people on teaching them how to live authentically and happily and stuff like that. So, the clock says 2:22 right here. I don't know if you guys can see the time. Anyway, but yeah, that's kind of what keeps me motivated. And my health has been always up and down, and I do chase remission. I'm not gonna lie. So part of my illness, it is really shitty, but it keeps me motivated because I know it's diet related. And I crave knowledge so much. I'm still alive, so it's like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? Well, I guess I can learn from it, right? So there's always something to be learning from and something to be getting knowledge from, regardless, even if you don't have an illness. But for me specifically, because it impacts how I walk. And I'm very active. Odin, be nice. So there's a bone they're like fighting over. Like that. I don't know if I would call it fighting, but they're just bickering, essentially. But it's like so funny because you just see him lunge at nothing because he's stupid. He's not stupid, he's smart. He's just a goofy boy. But yeah, my joints, because I know I've been in remission once or twice-ish before. So I know I can be in remission again, and I want to be in no pain again and do everything that I wanted to do that makes my heart happy. Dance, explore the state that I'm in, you know, be able to walk in the store and get my groceries. Bless you. Cooking, stuff like that. I can't do that stuff right now. Ride my motorcycle because my joints are bad. So I chase that remission essentially. So there's a lot of things that motivate me. My dogs. Hey, you want down? I always want to be chasing better health practices for them and stuff like that because they're so imperative to my spiritual journey. So there's a lot that keeps me motivated. I think it's very important that people find their own sources of motivation because it looks different, you know, and motivation can be found in those darkest times. Like I could just let it consume me, but I know I'm going to get better. And that's where you got to, some people will be like, oh, I'm just always going to be sick. And then they just continue down these toxic paths that they've been on that it hasn't worked before, so it's not going to continue working. You know, you got to do something different if it's not working. Adjust something. Odin, leave him alone, beef. So there's a lot of things that keep me motivated. Oh my God. Okay. Stop. You're so lucky he doesn't take shit out on you, Odin. Come here. Go lay down somewhere else. Sorry. He's like an asshole. He's the biggest asshole out of all of them. So YouTube people are probably not used to me raising my voice, so I'm sorry if that frightens you. But sometimes I have to with Odin. But yeah, I think, you know, it's important to have multiple things that motivate you. So, but more importantly, I feel like I have a point to prove, which is like my Monsters Inc. theory. If I could leave anything with anyone, it would be just to not chase that happiness, attract it because you deserve it, and just know you're worthy of it, even if you make mistakes. And as long as you're learning from the mistakes, you're just going to be a better person the next day. Just one tiny little bit, one tiny little step, you're going to be a better person just in that way. So just trust when you wake up and start that new direction that you're already a better person, and that's cool as fuck. So any mistake that you make then as a better person will propel you one step forward. So it's kind of that thing. So like people really need to be easier on themselves because I know, you know, back in the day, spilling milk or something, your parents would get pissed off, stuff like that. And it makes you walk on eggshells, but you got to realize like dropping stuff and breaking things, spilling things like that, like talking to your inner child, you know, and recognizing those things are a-okay to do. That makes you human. And even further, hurting people accidentally and being toxic and not knowing you're toxic and hurting people, like those are mistakes too. And it doesn't mean you're an awful person because of that. We all go through that, and that's the part that you have to go through and accept in order to get better and be better. You're not any shittier than anyone else next to you because I've made a different mistake doesn't make you any less than me. You know, you just got to learn from it, and that's when you become that better person. And people really are in this idea that any mistakes just they're pieces of us, you know, and that's not the mindset that you should have. That's just one step closer to learning and being a better person, you know. The audio quality is bad. Oh yeah, it's because you guys are through my camera. And I can't really figure that out because you guys aren't, it's not through my mic. My mic is just on for show. So I can't really figure it out. I think I need to like run this through OBS. This is like the first official stream. So, I think I have to run it through OBS to mess with like the mic and get the sound and everything all set up. So unfortunately they don't have like the way OBS is set up is like you can see all that before you stream. So I only get certain options when I don't stream, but when I stream, I get more options, but I don't really know how to manage it. So this is the beginning. This is the first stream. So we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Love your puppies. Thank you. Want Dunkin' now? Keep seeing the cup. I know, I do love Dunkin'. They have pumpkin spice. I can't drink it though because it has sugar, but I know there's a concoction of spices to make pumpkin spice, so that's all I have to do. Bro got the za. Hell yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good night. Hope you're taking care of yourselves. Thanks for being wonderful. And yeah, if you want to check out Stuff to Sub, link in my bio. You don't have to. I just want to remind y'all, you don't have to contribute money to be valuable to my channel. Because a lot of y'all, like I always say, bring good ideas, good vibes, good questions. You guys teach me stuff. And vice versa. So it's always a good time, regardless. I quite literally do streaming because the ADHD in me. Uh-oh. You okay? You all right? You okay? The ADHD in me loves learning, and I like to learn shit and then just info dump. And I found the people who like that stuff that I learn and the stuff that I info dump on, and then they give me even more information about that shit that I was like so wanting to learn about. It's literally the best thing ever, especially if you're an ADHD person. That's why I think like you should cater towards ADHD, ADD, whatever. If you have something like that, cater towards that because it's going to be easier to lean into that on days that you have bad mental health days, bad physical days, whatever it might be. So for me, yeah, that's what it is. I think they're hungry. I think that's why they were bugging me. They ate at like 2 o'clock. I guess it's kind of late. They could be hungry. Probably makes sense. It's me. You know, it's so funny because people are always like, Chester, oh my god, it's so surprising that he did that. Like, did you not listen to the lyrics of his music for the last fucking like 10 years? Not to be like morbid like that, but like for real, like, did you not listen? Hello. Um, Even like the last song, Heavy, it's like everything's so heavy and you can just hear it. And I'm like, oh my God. And that was like, I think the last song that he did. I remember crying when I heard Chester died. I was like, oh my God. I can't believe that. It's crazy. Anyway, been on the spectrum. Oh yeah. Lean into it, dude. That's all I can say is because these normal places don't cater to people like us. So it's best to kind of carve your own path. It's a little more difficult, but so much more worth it. So much more worth it. For real. I had to lead by my chronic illness and just the ADHD, and it's been a godsend. I'm not there yet, but like I said, I don't think if I was there, if I was living in a huge place and had like all my dream cars, all the stuff, and like was really there, I don't think you guys would be able to relate as much. And the whole thing about my channel is just proving through my actions. I like to talk about it so that you guys know, but I'm much more just rather show you guys how it's done and how I do it so that it has more credibility to my words. So I usually just talk about it because it gives content. I've learned to like try to talk about things rather than just doing it. Because I have like philosophies on life and how I approach things and stuff. And so I always think people will get that through how I do things, but they don't. So now I know to share like how I think and why I do things and the way I do them and whatnot. And I've learned that there's value in that because it's a different direction than most people say to go. But if it's worked for me, it's able to be worked for other people. I swear by it. So you got to really think about what you want to do and what makes it easy for you to do every day and stuff like that you enjoy. Yeah, simple, but there's a lot to it. You're streaming on any other platforms? Yeah, I just was streaming on TikTok and they banned me. So I have my backup account. We'll be on that tomorrow. But I'll be streaming on Twitch too. I just can't stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time for like Twitch policy reasons. I'm not supposed to do that. So otherwise I can lose the ability for people to sub to me on Twitch. So I can't stream together. But we're going to actually, I believe this will be the last month I'll be streaming consistently on TikTok. I think I'm going to stick to short form on TikTok and then just move to streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I was saying earlier, like I've seen a lot of people do this because even, you know, that Sprinkle lady, I don't really follow her, but I saw a video of hers where she's talking about how she had to switch to YouTube to stream because TikTok's too sensitive. Another creator that I do follow, Will Survives, he had to do the same thing. I didn't understand it, but now I'm getting it. I get it. I think truthfully, at a certain point, you just graduate from TikTok because it's a kid's app and you just don't get the freedom to talk about that stuff. And see, some part of me is like, oh, I should go move to China. If that's the kind of censoring they do, God no. Are you kidding me? I don't think there's anything wrong with America. I think we could be a lot better though. Well, there's a lot. Sorry, that was so wrong. No, I think there's a lot wrong with America. It is a good country. We've got a lot of great freedoms and blessings here. I hear the food's really great in America. Whenever I see people coming over from other countries, like vlogs of them, they're always like, yes, the American food is so tasty. Which is so funny because I really lean towards like Asian food or like Indian food, stuff that's like not American. Mexican food, especially because I'm in Arizona. But yeah, I don't think I could live in China ever. Anywho, I'm gonna end the stream. I think I can post it, so I'll post this, but I'll be on tomorrow. I'll fix it a little bit more so that the audio can come through here. But I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna feed the dogs. I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching my videos. Feel free to watch them more. I don't know. I don't know what the YouTubers say. Like, subscribe, share. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Yeah, you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching, for real. You guys have been a pleasure. I really appreciate the YouTube people, for real. You guys are great. And this is like their cue. You guys will see that. They know when I'm ending stream. Yeah, good night, you guys. Thanks for being wonderful. Thanks for being positive and amazing. I hope you guys have a good night's sleep or a good day. And the rat! Hello. You're coming in late, but yeah, you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, but take care of yourselves. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a good rest of your weekend. Okay. Anyway, love you. Bye. Oh my God. Sorry. Okay. Hey. Sorry. Okay. Bye. Okay. Hey. Okay.